So Rogers survives. Looked like he was running in sand there.
Yeah, he
halfway
did.
down.
And the crowd, very disappointed. They've been waiting for 25 minutes for that decision. But we got there in the end. Not out. Correct.
And again, just a little inside edge. So we're going to have some interesting stroke play over the next few overs, I suggest.
Yeah, and it just doesn't. Look. It's not criticism of Chris Rogers by any stretch of the imagination, but it just doesn't look as natural game to be striking there. So, you know, if that's the case, and he is captaining, then you maybe look at that top order slot with Cosgrove perhaps coming down and Rogers batting through. It just doesn't look as natural for him.
Bit of width and smoke through the offside. How well has that been timed? That's perfect. Boundary 4.
He's in good form. Ryan Carter's 3 for 91.
3 for 91. Ryan Carter's at the tail end of that over. This is a classic cover drive. Right out of the middle of the bat. Race across the outfield. Goldber's had no chance. Perfect cover drive.
Wasn't that sweet? Man out there.
Styris bowls. Rogers, it's in the air. It's taken. That's a great catch. Travis Burt, the fielder, had to move a long way forward. Ball's dipping, and right at the end, just dives forward, takes a very, very good catch.
Got the 2 caps going as well, just for the sun to keep the off the back of the neck, and one at the front as well. And Chris Rogers is going for the boundary over the top, but didn't get it. And Travis Burt, that is superb.
Yeah, that's good courage. We saw Travis Burt earlier today, disappointed getting out, but this time contributing to the match. And it's the captain, Chris Rogers, dismissed for 24, and it's 4 for 91.
Well, the new man is Keane, Simon Keane. He's played very little cricket. He's in under a bit of pressure. He has to go at 13 runs and over. And we saw a very good catch from Travis Burt to bring about the end of Chris Rogers. And yeah, where's Sean Abbott?
Well, he should be next. I mean, Keane hasn't played a game this season. Abbott's been in the thick of it, and he's batting really well. Cannot work while he's not in. Styris can't work out why that was given wide, but Sean Abbott has been really good with the bat. 24 of 14 in the first game, missed out the second game, and 14 off 8 at ANZ Stadium. He had no opportunity. He came in with 2 or 3 overs left, but he's got to be in.
In the air,
Scotty,
just short. So again, just taking the pace off. Hard to get away.
Just rolling over the top of it. Scott Styris, wicket to wicket. No angle for the batter to work with. A few years ago, he might have dived forward for that one.
Ball, mate, ball.
Again, just the single. So they're strangling them, the Hurricanes. Run rate has just tipped over 13.
So Sean Abbott at the back right there. Just waiting to go in. I thought he might have come in at 5.
So off the mark, down the ground.
Yeah, just with some of the tactics and utilisation of personnel, you could query the Thunder with the thinking of what they're doing. I think he's an exciting player. He bowled an over today and wasn't utilised in that form of the game, but he can contribute, and so you want to push these guys into it.
So they're doing a wonderful job, the Hurricanes. Batter with great intent with the bat. And they bowled equally as well. Simon Keane into the action. This is behind point. This is a great shot. Good timing and placement.
Yeah, never easy when two new batsmen come out to try and go for it straight away. 79 of 36. That's the equation. It was short and wide, so it should have been hit. And when you've got your deep point right in front, nearly cover, then there's such a massive gap.
Well, he's been sent in, and he's obviously got something about his batting. Look at the match summary. 4 for 177, dominated by Ponting and Payne at the top of the order. Finished off brilliantly from Bailey and Shah in reply. Thunder 4 for 99. Really have struggled to get the innings going. 79 more to win. 6 overs to do it.
The thing, sorry, BJ. The thing with a guy like Abbott as well is that by looking to promote these types of players into your game, the Thunder now have to have a look at wanting to keep him. And so that's the other aspect of making sure that you have a nucleus of players that you can build a team around. And so the Thunder have to consider about. So in other words, you see an aggressive shot from Keane, following up the nice cut he played off Styrus in the previous over, looking to go over cover. But it's about making sure that they're putting their personnel that they want to build the team around and giving them every opportunity that they can.
Okay, that's a bit of improvisation. Works a treat. Moving across his stumps, flicks the ball to the onside. Doherty says, what can I do? That's just a good shot.
Exactly, he couldn't do anything there. So Keane improvising, a bit like what Rogers did. Similar type shot actually. Getting right inside the line, and Doherty, who's normally quite adept at firing the ball in there, I think because they're new batters, he's maybe trying to mix the pace up a bit, but I think he'll revert now back to the traditional angle of attack, and that's at the toes.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Give him credit for that, 11 from 4.
Yeah, we'll go next.
Carter's. He's 8 from 6. The run rate required nearly 13 and a half. That sweep slog's got to be the go here. Short boundary to the leg side for the right-hander. Now you've got to be looking at nearly 2 boundaries per over at least.
Yeah, they need one of those overs where you just go berserk and get 18, 20 runs off one over. All of a sudden that gets you back into the hunt. And that's all it can take, but that's easier said than done.
So they're not far off the comparison. Hurricanes are 3 for 116. And they are 4 for 109. 4 for 109, the equation 69 of 30. And you can have a look at the comparison there. They've got 61 off the last 5. That's the Hurricanes, so it's quite a steep end to it all. But they're not too far off it. They just need 1 or 2 really good overs to get it back to a gettable run rate.
That's quite telling, that, isn't it? There's 7 runs the difference at the same stage. So it just shows how well the Hurricanes finished. And, well, they're still in the contest. 1 good over.
So Lachlan starts that slower delivery again. They get 2, so that's good running.
Yeah, Lachlan not happy with Goldbush down there at long off, not reading the play, getting to the ball quickly enough, but Ryan Carter's is quick, putting the pressure on. It's about 75 metres down to that long off area. Goldbush now just positioning himself about 10 metres inside the boundary.
And edged away. No one down there. And that's a bonus. So could this be one of those overs?
Look, Keane's come in here and he's done well. Given the opportunity, he's now 19. of 8 balls, 237 strike rate. This time fortunate, but look, you need a bit of fortune if you're going to chase down a target like this, or to get up from a position like this.
Trim wide. It's all right. 36. Change up.
Yeah, now third man's gone back here to Lachlan, and so mid-off has come up into the circle. So with that slower pace delivery, I think the shot over mid-off is on, definitely in the air.
It's full and it's over gully. It's in the gap. It's heading towards. It's another boundary. So that's beautifully played. Simon Keane is getting it done here for the Thunder.
Well, look, Ben Lachlan bowling to right-handers is a real handful, because he's got the off spin and it goes into the batter. But here to the lefty, because the ball is travelling away from the bat, if there's a little bit of width on it, then there is the advantage that you can hit. So Keane playing very well.
And change of pace.
Yeah.
So 58 from 25 now. Keane 24 from 11. Playing his first game for the Thunder. Carter's 9 from 7. Outstanding Simon Keane. Full force.
Well, certainly more like it. 11 so far from this over. 1 ball remaining. So they still haven't quite got the rate required. Need another boundary.
Change of pace from Lachlan. He rolls his ankle. So it's the end of the over. 4 for 120.
The last 5 overs, as a Mahmood high down to third man, he went. And then all of a sudden Ryan Carter started to find the middle of the bat. Chris Rogers tried to go long, and an excellent catch from Travis Burt. And then into Simon Keane. 1, 2, 3, 4 boundaries. A little streaky, but very effective, and just what the doctor ordered. And he's kept his side in the contest.
He has. He's played very nicely indeed. Ryan Carter's doing his part. He's been a runner ball also. Doherty into his last over. He's got number 30 at the moment, and he was slowing his pace up previously, but that one quicker, and I think similar type deliveries required now.
Yeah, it should be out, and it is. So that's unlucky for the Thunder, because King was looking very good. Doherty picks up his first wicket tonight.
Yeah, all very comfortable in the end, but Simon Keane has done a very good job in his little cameo there. But got a ball that just turned and bounced, looking to go over the offside. A little bit of extra bounce there, and very comfortable catch there from Jason Frazier. And a very good little performance from that man on screen.
Well, Simon, what was your strategy when you came to the crease?
I knew that we had to get the move on a bit, so I was just sort of trying to wait for the slower ones and try and pick them off. So Sean's a good player now, so hopefully he can hit a few over the boundary.
First game for the Thunder. How'd you enjoy it?
Yeah, loved it. Yeah, absolutely loved it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see more of him. 24 from 12. Sean Abbott. Well, he can get it done. He's got a bit of power. Now the comparison here, the Hurricanes are 4 for 131. And Thunder 5 for 122. But they had a big finish. Strike rate 110. Balls per boundary 9.5. So for every 9.5 deliveries he faces, he hits a boundary point. Needs to try and get that down if you're batting in the middle order of a team. Gone. Carter's tried to go up and long, and you can't deny him doing that. He's got to try and do something.
No, it was an effort from Ryan Carter's that was required and needed, but not executed. So Doherty picking up his second wicket in 2 balls. And Ryan Carter's coming down. The ball was almost there. Look, Doherty, you've got to say, it's good courage. He's tossed those last couple up. Normally you'd expect him to be firing them in a bit quicker, so holding it up. Ryan Carter's is dismissed for 10, and it's 6 for 122.
Thanks for a good time. Thanks, mate. Good on you. This is good.
The legendary KFC double is back, and it's spicier than ever.
I got some chicken for you. What do you got for me? A good time. That's right.
Cam August, the new batsman. And for Doherty, he's got 2 for. And a hat-trick ball. There we go. And, oh, it's close. Is it in front? It's got it. What about that? Hat-trick for Doherty in front of the home crowd.
Well, it's brought the crowd to their feet. A hat-trick in the Big Bash, and the teammates celebrate, and quite rightly so. Excellent bowling. You don't see a lot of that. Cam August had to go and go long. And unfortunately for him, missed it and was adjudged LBW. A hat-trick to Xavier Doherty.
Well, he got given out a ball that was missing off. And it's just gone around on the big screen here at Blunston Arena.
Yeah, I think the umpire got caught up in the motion as well there. And look, Cam August didn't do it any favours. It was a terrible shot. And so he's gone right in front of the stumps. Looked bad. The crowd goes up. The umpire goes up. And it's a hat-trick. Anyway, that brings Scott Coy to the wicket to see what he can do.
Yes, Georgie.
Should have looked for that one too.
Yeah, it was definitely a crowd dismissal, that one, wasn't it? All the crowd went up with Xavier Doherty.
Goes into the deep. Should be 2. Definitely will be. Another slip out in the outfield. So, big over there from Doherty. He's got 3 for 32 off his 4 overs. And that was the first one. And the second one, Ryan Carter's tried to go long, and then Cam August under the crease. First ball caught in front, the umpire's given it. It's the 4th ever hat-trick. Matthew Remington. Jeeves and Rana Naveed were the last ones, the last 3. And now you can add Xavier Doherty into the action there. 3 for 32 tonight from his 4 overs.
A few Tasmanians in that list. What have we got now? Have they got enough runs? We're going to see Ricky Ponting take the ball. Oh, this will bring the crowd alight. Have they got enough runs?
What's he bowling? Oh, off spinners. Seen him bowl seam up. That's how he got his test wickets.
Yeah, well, he's actually quite nippy. He was he'd used it a bit like probably a bit quicker than Bluey, and so he used to hit the bat a bit harder than Bluey. But yeah, surprised. He liked a bouncer or 2, but old age has seen him revert as most batters to spin.
It's probably not the worst off for you either. He'll land him well.
Oh, Rick.
Just floated up there.
.53 of 17. set. Deep and off, but plenty protecting that short boundary. And they're coming back for the second. Oh, direct hit. And he was out.
Yeah, he's quick, Evan. I thought there's no chance he's coming back here, but he was into the crease quickly, out of the blocks. Piece of fielding too. Direct hit would have had him out.
Going for it, and it's good night. That's what they need, the Thunder, a bit of that.
That's very well struck. No respect for Ricky Ponting there. That's gone into the practice wickets.
Don't forget Scott Coit, 33 of 15. So he can get it done. It was at ANZ Stadium. It's the Strikers in the last game.
Another 3 of those would make it pretty interesting.
As I said, you bring Ricky Ponting on and he goes for 3 or 4 zacks. It'll be very interesting.
That'll help. Well, Scott Coit, yeah, well, he's going to eye off that boundary. Round the wicket. You don't want to bowl leg stump, though. And again, man coming up, and it's taken. There it is. George Bailey might have been sweating a little bit after that first 6 sailing over his head. Now this time it's good enough.
Well, and the crowd erupts as the hometown hero strikes. Ricky Ponting takes the wicket. Finally, his off spinner's been hit out of the ground. A couple of previous deliveries, and that one to the skipper makes no mistake, and everyone celebrates. Pretty casual from the former Australian skipper. The end of Scotty Coit, 8 for 134.
So 10 for Scott Coit, and had to go for it. So Adam Zampa very good with the ball today. He picked up 3 wickets. Oh, he's got the bat in his hand. Oh, full toss.
So the packed onside field for the left-hander. We've got 2 right-handers in now, so Ricky Ponting will be a little more happier. He's bowling to the larger onside boundary for the right-handers. Maybe pick up another wicket.
Oh, I tell you what, I reckon he's out, man. He lifted his foot. The umpire's given it out straight away. Tidy work. Tim Payne. Now they're just handing him wickets.
Yeah, this is great. Great for the crowd. Fans have come out today. They've been well supported. Ricky Ponting firing this one across. Tim Payne, we saw earlier. I don't know why Zampa's walking. Look, Zampa's left the field, and he's actually back in, and then he decides to come back out, and he goes back in, but then he lifts his foot after the bails. Now it's where he lifts his foot. Now he lifts his foot, but the bails have gone. So the key to decide here is that was the foot grounded behind the line when the bails are originally taken off? Because Zampa thinks the bail's gone, but you'd have to say not out.
And I think he's been called back. Third umpire's seen that. Lifted his foot, but after the bails. Crowd aren't happy, but if you have a look at that replay, the stumps and bails were disturbed and his foot was in. Then he lifted afterwards.
I think also the players probably think that the third umpire can't intervene.
Well, actually, is the third umpire allowed to intervene in that situation? Haven't we dropped all that intervention?
Well, we need to find out if he's gone upstairs. Yeah, if he's gone to check for the third umpire, then that's okay. So the correct decision, and well done, umpires.
Bollinger.
there may also have been a call placed in from the Bowlers Union that Ricky Ponting was not allowed to get 2 wickets in that particular over. Just the one will do. Runs today, wickets. Very, very popular down here.
A few chips on the top there. That is Doherty with the hat-trick. Into the deep, and there's no one out there. And Sean Abbott, he's no mug with a bat. Dougie, thank you very much.
Yeah, you've got to be careful not to harp on about this, but it's 18.2 overs gone, and Abbott's in, and he's faced 4 balls of the 18.2 overs, so not to be. And a good shot there from Dougie Bollinger. Dougie will need to be a lot more accurate than that.
Into the deep as well. And I'll come back to 2. Now this is the dismissal, the stumping, right? So there it is, bang. And we've slowed it down. But see the umpire there? He's just making a decision to go upstairs and let the 3rd umpire have a look at it. So it wasn't a change of decision. They didn't give it out. It's just because Zampa walked off. But he hadn't been given out. So that's what happened. So that's, yeah, to clear that up, because that's what the crowd were disappointed. They thought he'd been given out, but he wasn't.
Yeah, no, and umpires went about their work correctly and just checking. Yeah, Zampa was the one that threw the cat amongst the pigeons there, because he's just taken off, being dismissed by Ricky Ponting. You know, you're probably pretty excited, actually.
Well, he's come from the second 11s, and they don't have TV turn umpires, probably.
Yeah, young Zampa got caught up with the excitement of the crowd and thought, well, it must be out, so I'm going to leave. Don't want to disappoint anybody. Got called back, gets another chance. But this young fella bowled very well. He can be happy with his day. The rest of the Thunder batsmen, again, letting down. I think their bowling unit has been okay throughout this tournament. It's just been that lack of runs, the consistent lack of runs from the top order that's really let the Thunder down to date. So, and Zampa, even though they need him now at the back end, he did his part in the first half.
On the outside edge. Jason Croatia on the ground. Bollinger goes 8 for 143. So Ricky Ponting, just the 1 wicket today, 1 for 11. Could have had 2, but it was a close shout, not given. Very good today with the bat. Ricky Ponting 63 or 45. And Tim Payne got the Hurricanes off to a flyer and an open partnership of 111. One stage we thought they were going to get 177. They packed them in there tonight. Been good support for the Hurricanes, the first home game. Lachlan. Oh, the off spinner just misses leg stump. So this is the last over.
I wanted to see if he had the guts to bowl Ricky Ponting the last over. 36 needed.
Yeah, I thought it might happen. Lachlan just bowling his off spinners, trying to get through the overs. Straight through it. The quicker delivery from Benny Lachlan. So Zampa is definitely out this time.
Yeah, good change of pace again, Benny Lachlan. And that number, sort of 9 for 143. And again, just saying the Hobart, the Hurricanes today have been on their game 100%. And that's why they are definite contenders in this competition. I think they've flexed their muscle today, shown the rest of the comp what they're capable of. And Benny Lachlan dismisses Adam Zampa, and it's 9 for 143.
So the Thunder go down 4 in a row. Dirk Natas has been really handy with the ball for the Thunder. He's been the standout performer. Two deliveries left for this one. It's been a good day for the Hurricanes. And Dirk Manners just getting himself set. Oh, it's come back nicely. So the last delivery to go. There we go, last delivery tonight. Oh, it's down the leg side. You're trying to run through the overs. You've got to get in with a certain time for the Hurricanes. He's bowled wide. There it is, that's it. Beautiful game for the Hobart Hurricanes and Ricky Ponting. He is our man of the match today. He's 63 at 45. He's picked up a wicket. And the Hobart Hurricanes too good for the Sydney Thunder by 30 runs. And the batting set it all up for the Hobart Hurricanes. Quick look at the match summary here. They lost the toss, got sent in 4 for 177. Ponting and Payne, 111 partnership up the top. It was Bailey and Shah. That 56 partnership was outstanding. Both of them not out. And they got 61 off the last 5 overs. And the Hobart Hurricanes, too good. 30 runs. Ricky Ponting picked up a wicket. And he's thrilled the crowd here at Blunston Arena. Taken out a man of the match, and the Hurricanes are back in it. Thanks for your company here in Hobart. But stay with us because we're going to take you to the Adelaide Oval with Greg Blewett, Mark Waugh and Tom Moody. Take it away, boys.
Yeah, thank you very much, BJ. Welcome to Adelaide. Is it an absolute scorcher here? It's a little bit overcast now, but we've had temperatures of 41 degrees here in Adelaide as the home side are hosting the defending champions, the Sydney Sixers. And the news is the Sydney Sixers have won the toss and elected to bat first. And with a very good crowd down in Hobart. We've got a good crowd here too in Adelaide. Got here a couple of hours ago and they were streaming in then, so should be a good atmosphere. As I mentioned, a very warm night, just starting to cool off a little bit now. Let's have a look at the teams for tonight's game, and we'll start with the Adelaide Strikers. Callum Ferguson there in picture. Where's he going to bat tonight? At 3. Klinger will open with Tim Ludeman, who's given a job since Philip Hughes is back in the Australian side. Ferguson, Reardon's in good touch. Pollard, Johnston comes into the side. Botha, Richardson, Boyce, Brad Young also into the side, and Sean Tate. And let's have a look at the Sydney Sixers side. Smith, O'Keefe, Haddon at 3, Stephen Smith, Enriquez, Mendes, Thornley gets another game, Brett Lee, Marine, Feldman, and a late change. Josh Layla into the side for the injured Ian Moran. Let's have a look at the match odds for tonight's game. tab.com.au. The Strikers' favourites, $1.72. The Sixers, $2.10. Sixers coming off a couple of losses. And the Strikers, I think, are just flying under the radar a little bit. All the talks about the Melbourne teams, the Melbourne Renegades and the Stars. Daniel Smith's going to open the batting. Dangerous the other night at the MCG. And up the other end, a bit of a surprise packet, Mark Waugh. Stephen O'Keefe opened the other night, gets another chance tonight.
Yeah, they did okay, Blue, the other night, although they soaked up a lot of dot balls, which couldn't really afford to be doing when you're chasing 177. But I think you're right. I think the Strikers, I've got them down as probably the second pick in this competition. I think they've got a good all-round side, good variation with their bowling attack. Richardson's bowling really well, bowling with good pace. He'll open the bowling. Sean Tate, he gives it that X-factor in their attack. And then they've got Kyron Pollard, the all-rounder. Johan Botha, who's a top-class spinner. So they've got a good mixture, and they're playing with a bit of confidence.
Yeah, I think to add to that, Junior is they play well at home. They understand the wicket here. They understand the dynamics of the ground. It's a short, particularly square of the wicket, and it's even shorter this season straight down the ground. We traditionally are so used to, you know, having to hit a monster to hit it straight for 6, but the boundaries are in at both ends.
All right, here we go. Kane Richardson to bowl the first. And it's down the leg side. That's his normal shape. Swings the ball back into the right-handers. Bit of a green tinge to this surface too. Junior are out there with me having a bit of a bow peep.
Yeah, I think it's a bit deceptive though. There is sort of a green tinge, but I think if the sun was out, it'd look a lot browner, but it looks a good wicket to me. It should be a batting paradise. I reckon you've got to be making 180 here tonight if you're batting first.
That's better from Richardson. Yeah, I had a quick chat to Michael Klinger out there, and he said a couple of days ago it was really dry, so the groundsman here just had to put a little bit of water into it just to hold it together and bake it, because it's been really warm here. 40 today, so it has got a bit of a tinge to it, but yeah, the run should flow tonight. Oh, there's that in-swing, bit of an inside edge. An appeal from Kane Richardson. He's been impressive so far.
Very impressive. The game where they lost against the Heat, that was some of the best bowling I've seen for a couple of years at the end of the game. He didn't deserve to be on the losing side, but you can see he gets that late swing and he's very whippy, sort of around the 140k mark. He's a good young prospect.
He not only bowls well the new ball, but he's called upon to bowl at the death, so he gets it right up into the block hole too when needed to.
Well, down the track, bit of outswing on that occasion. It's a wide. It's got it going both ways.
It's worth a go, isn't it? Always tough for the batsman if you bowl, swing it both ways. Don't know whether he meant to do it. I don't think he did actually. I think the seam just sort of leaned over on the wrong axis and it went the wrong way. Good carry though, good pace. Yeah, he's definitely trying to get that in-swing going. What happened there?
And it's down the leg side, half an appeal, and got away with that one.
Yeah, it's a good decision by the umpire, not calling that wide. It may have just clipped the pad, but even if it didn't clip the pad, it was close enough to leg stump. It was really a free hit for Smith. He missed out with fine leg up in the ring.
Good start here from Richardson, just the two off. There's one of the stories of the night. Brad Young is playing. He hasn't, well, played a lot for South Australia and the Redbacks. Hasn't played for 10 years. And he's in.
Geez, we're still a chance, Bluey.
What, and not me?
Yeah, I mean all of us. You too, Moods. Actually, you're the youngest, aren't you?
Yeah, look it.
So left arm orthodox bowler. Oh, he's just... Oh, they're going to take a run. That was a cheeky little single there.
We've talking Richardson up. We've put the mocker on him. Can't get it straight. Going both ways.
Well, it's overcast conditions, so it is good conditions to swing the ball. To me, it looks like he is trying to swing it both ways. His natural ball is to angle the ball in, as we've discussed, but it just appears there's been a couple of occasions he's tried to swing the ball away.
There's his natural shape and going way down leg, so it is all happening, but he's just struggling to control it at the moment.
But the bonus is when you swing it both ways and you're not very accurate, the batsmen find it very hard to line you up, don't they? It's hard to get bat on ball, and that's what's happening at the moment. He's really getting some swing, mainly in, but then every now and then it goes the other way.
Well, backs away. That was, well, it was an adventurous shot, but he gets a good result. 4 runs. End of an eventful over. 8 off. Kane Richardson bowled the first over and was a bit erratic. 4 off the last ball, but a couple of wides. Yeah, just the clouds just started to roll in. It's been really hot here. Hopefully it starts cooling down a little bit for the crowd for the next 3 hours. Should get some good entertainment. There he is. Brad Young mentioned he's back into the side, and he's going to bowl the second over.
He's put the pressure on him. I'm surprised that Sean Tate's not bowling the second over. A new ball, swings at good pace. Brad Young's going to be nervous. I know who I'd rather face. No disrespect to Youngie, but I'd rather face him than Sean Tate first up.
39 years of age, Bradley Young, still super fit, loves his surfing. So I think keeps pretty fit doing that, and plays some cricket here for the Grange club. Not Grange Wine, Junior.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Junior, in that I just think with the ball swinging, we've seen it swing quite a lot in our first over. You're probably better off giving it to someone that can take advantage of those conditions.
Tries a catch, and I think it's carry. Well, there you go. It's worked. Brad Young back into the side. Well, after 10 years, he's playing his first game for the Strikers, and he gets a wicket.
Yeah, what will we know? Brad Young, wicket first over, and a loose shot from Dan Smith. He'd be disappointed with that, looking to go over cover. But what a great start for Young.
Oh, brilliant. Just creating the angle into the right-hander. Smith looking to lift it over cover, but it was very full and a good catch by Callum Ferguson. Reaching forward, and the fairy tale start is happening for Brad Young. So first one goes. Smith without scoring. It's 1 for 8.
Yeah, Smith will be disappointed with that. That was right in the slot. He was trying to go a little bit inside out. This might be a bit more of a challenge for Bradley Young with Brad Haddin at the crease. Doesn't mind going over mid-off and cover, but there is mid-off back. Pollard's out there. Oh, he floats it up. And well knocked down.
That's good fielding, good start by the Strikers. Good catch by Ferguson, and then saved the single at cover. Yeah, Brad Haddin, dangerous player. Struggled a bit in Melbourne early on in his innings, but once he got going, he was good, but just a bit rusty early on.
Quicker one. And Haddin is off the mark. There's a mix-up. Well, they're going to go to the third umpire, I believe. I think he's home. Strikers aren't getting too excited. Got the dive in.
Terrible confusion out there. Haddin calling it early. O'Keefe just didn't respond. It was a big lunge to get into his ground. Good throw. He would have been in a lot of strife.
Yeah, you see the amount of time that the batsman made up with that throw a little bit wide. Jesus, a good start here for Brad Young. A wicket off and just the 1 run so far. Oh, great start. I'm back in training after that over. 1 for 9. Already a great story. Brad Young into the Adelaide Strikers team on debut. Played a lot of cricket for South Australia, also represented Australia at the Commonwealth Games, one-day cricket. Got a hat-trick too, I believe, in that.
Yeah, but well, that'll do me though. Skipper 1 for 1. I'll have a rest now. No bad bowling anymore. So the Wild Things into the attack. Richardson just a 1 over. So Sean Tate, well, he didn't have to wait too long. See him, he's in.
Oh, I've been looking forward to this. Sean Tate back at the Adelaide Oval. He should swing it as well. Well, there wasn't any swing there. That was pretty straight and well played by Brad Haddin.
Yeah, not a bad warm-up ball. 147. So he's into his stride straight away. Sean Tate can swing the ball with that slinging action. He can get the ball to go away from the right-hander. There's a slip in place to be able to take any outside edges that come that way. Genuine wicket taker, he really is. A real asset to your side at the top of the order with the ball in hand, and he can destroy you at the end as well.
Scramble a single, direct hit. I reckon he's gone. Both of the fielder and O'Keefe is making his way off the ground. That should be the second wicket.
Yeah, silly run. Almost got run out the previous over. He's hit it straight to mid-off. He was on the back foot. And he's out by a long way. Good fielding by Johan Bader. So the strikers are on fire in the field. And the Sixers get off to a real bad start here.
Yeah, poorly judged run and a costly wicket. 2 early wickets, not what they needed. The confirmation for Stephen O'Keefe. He departs for 4. And it's 2 for 10.
Not a good start for the Sydney Sixers, the defending champions. They've dropped their last couple of matches after going on a winning streak of 12 in a row. And they're struggling tonight. 2 early wickets. Stephen Smith is to the crease. He's at the non-striker's end. Slow one from Sean Tate. See Sean Tate bowl too many slow balls.
132 clicks, yeah. It's a slower, short one, which less dangerous than the fast one. Here's the wicket. It's an almighty slog from Stephen O'Keefe. The late decision to go. Brad Hatton wasn't real keen on the single, but he trusted his partner, and good bit of fielding by Johan Bader. Very good fielding. Quite often you see the batsmen take on the fields within 2020 cricket, but that time it didn't pay off.
Well, often the fielding's a difference, isn't it? Junior, you're working on that game the other night where the Stars missed a couple of, the Sixers missed a couple of early run-outs against the Stars. Okay, Stephen Smith going to be facing Sean Tate, and another slip coming in. Good idea. Haven't really seen any swing from Sean Tate yet, but he's definitely capable of bowling some outies. And lets that go. Pretty good carry too. They're a long way back.
He's 149.4. It's good heat.
It is good pace, considering he doesn't play club cricket, so his preparation is a little bit disturbed. He's not playing regular cricket. He was in for playing for Auckland a couple of matches in November. But Wellington, I should say, he's striking and he's taking wickets, so he's an important member of this side when he's firing.
Well, to be fair, I don't think he'd be as good a bowler if he bowled in a lot of cricket. I think he's better when he's fresh, Sean Tate, and just picks and chooses when he plays. He's like some horses. You need to race them when they're fresh. You don't want to run them into the ground. That's him. He's a good fresh player.
I had a bit of a chat with Sean Tate as well, and mentioned those couple of games, and I think he said he only bowled 2 wides in both those games and was really happy with the way the ball came out. So I'm surprised this is only his second game. Well, that's nice and straight, and Stephen Smith gets up the other end, and end of another over. 3 overs gone, it's 2 for 12.
It's a good start by the strikers. A couple of wickets, and run rates just on 4 for the Sixers, so they've got to rebuild after losing 2 early ones.
Your shout question for the night: which fast bowler would be scarier to face, Lee or Sean Tate? Well, I've faced both of them, and I'd be on the 67% side. Both quick.
Should throw Dirk Nannis in there too. So to vote, go to www.foxsports.com.au/cricket or download on the Fox Sports Cricket app. Your shout. Who is the scariest bowler to face? There's Brett Lee. He used to be a bit scarier. He's not quite as quick as in his younger days. He's still pretty good.
Wide, and that was in the air for a little bit as well. I tell you who wasn't good to face either. To probably throw Shoaib Akhtar in with those two. Wasn't overly pleasant.
Well, I think the point that we're making here, we all probably agree that Tate would be the ugliest to face. is more to do with the action, and it's an awkward action. Brett Lee's got a beautiful action, so you see it quite early. With Tate, he's got an awkward action. You wouldn't see it too early. It's a bit like Jeff Thompson back in the heyday.
Slow delivery from Young. Yeah, you're right. It's that slingy sort of action, and he's been okay tonight so far, Tate, but that erraticness as well. Not sure where the ball's coming out, what length, what line. Good start from Young.
He's just bowling straight and full. He's not trying anything too fancy, just getting in the block hole. If the batsmen want to take a risk, they're going to have to play across the line. Not a lot of turn there, but nice, accurate bowling.
Tossed up, and dropped. He hit it well, but a chance for Brad Young, and it does it go for 4? No, it doesn't. Pollard does well.
Well, I don't reckon he's had too many balls hit back him that hard for a few years. And the level of cricket that Brad Young has been playing. And has hit that very, very hard. It was a catch he'll be disappointed he didn't take.
And a single to finish off the over. 4 overs gone. It's 2 for 16.
So a good crowd rolling here in Adelaide as the lights come on. The Sixers won the toss and elected to bat tonight. They won the toss and bowled in Melbourne. That didn't work out, so they're batting tonight, and a pretty ordinary start. Smith and Keith gone early on. Haddon and Steve Smith now at the crease. Enriquez and Mendes to come in next. A couple of good players, so they need someone to stand up here.
So 1 over spells at the moment for the Quicks. So far this season, Haddon, his scoring areas, not much down fine leg, but he's really normally strong through the covers, 15%, and down through long off, 28%. Pretty even spread though, isn't it?
Gee, he got bowled on the ball of the season the other night. Malinga bowling a searing Yorker, which knocked him over. He's actually batting pretty well, and that signalled the end of the game for the Sixers. But yeah, it was good bowling from Malinga.
Well, he might as well join the queue. There's been a few that have copped searing Yorkers off Malinga so far in this Big Bash season.
Another single. Just can't get going at the moment.
No, they've lost these 2 early ones, so I think they're a bit worried about one of these 2 really playing the big shot and going as well. So they're sort of trying to establish a little partnership maybe for 2 or 3 overs and then try and catch up later in the innings.
Yeah, and they're probably the 2 best batsmen in the side. Where one of them has to bat through.
Botha does the fielding again, but comfortable single. Stephen Smith was taking it easy, and throw went to his end. No props.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of T20 cricket, and the teams that do the best are the teams that go hard all the way. They obviously back their batting order. Teams that take time to sort of resurrect the innings, they don't do well at all. The teams that back themselves and keep playing shots, they're the ones that tend to have the success.
Yep, only 1 over after this in the power play. Full toss, and that's into mid-wicket. Pollard is quick and does well. Very athletic for a big man.
You can't really afford to have a couple of quiet overs, can you, when you're batting? It's just, you just got to go all the time.
Yeah, in saying that, though, the teams that lose 2-3 wickets or more in that first 6 overs always find themselves in a very, very difficult position to be able to post a score that can compete in the match.
Oh, an inside edge. So the good start continues for the strikers. It's 2 for 22.
Well, the 2's 2 for 22. Where's Richie Beno when you need him? 5 overs completed, so 1 more in this power play. Only 2 men allowed outside the circle in the first 6 overs, so it is a period where you normally do see a lot of boundaries, but we've only seen 1 4 the first 5 overs. It's the last ball of the first over, so it's been a dry spell for the Sixers.
Down the track and over mid-on. He looped it up, invited the batsman to play that shot, and he was good enough on that occasion.
The first real positive shot seen from the Sixers. Controlled positive shot. Good footwork. Short boundary down there. It's just a chip over, isn't it? Not much turn from Youngie with the new ball. So, good shot.
He's mainly relying on variations in flight at the moment, isn't he? He's prepared to toss it up and then throw the odd quicker one in, but haven't really seen it grip a hell of a lot yet. Backs away and straight to Ferguson, no run.
It's interesting how left-arm spinners, there's a lot of them out there that are successful in the shorter form of the game. A lot of it's to do, I believe, is the angles they create to the right-handers. They get wide of the crease. If you watch Brad Young here, who bowled from very wide.
Down. Oi.
See, funny enough, that's the one he comes in straight. So have a look at the next one. He'll come in wide. He angles the ball in. So what he does, it makes it difficult for the batsman to try to hit through the offside.
Yeah, they're always targeting stumps, aren't they? Beard does that well.
Down.
Another one straight to the field. Oh, misfield from Ferguson. Not sure whether he got a bobble there. Don't get too many bad bounces on the Adelaide Oval.
Louis' young protege, he's missed it. Just gave him a rap and he's missed one that he probably should have stopped. Let's have a look, see if there is an excuse. No, can't give him an excuse there.
End of the power play. 2 for 28.
Well, first 6 overs has been good for the strikers. An early boundary in the first over, then it was very quiet. The first wicket fell. Smith caught it cover off Young's bowling, and then the run out. A horrible judgment of run. Steve Smith joined Brad Haddon, and Smith opened his shoulders and got one over the top for 4. So not a great 6-over start, losing 2 wickets just for the 28 runs. But 2 quality players still at the crease to be able to resurrect this innings.
Yeah, their worst was 5 for 19 in that huge collapse at the SCG where they went down to the scorchers, but not much better here. They haven't lost 5 wickets, but not many more runs.
Yeah, they just look like a team that aren't playing with confidence. And Mark Wall made a really good point about, you know, just going for your shots and trusting your game. They're certainly not doing that.
So Boyce, the leg spinner, into the attack. Yeah, and that really came through, I thought, in that game last night, the Melbourne Renegades, with the momentum and the winning start to the Big Bash. They just got over the line. It's just funny how cricket works. Just a bit of momentum, a bit of belief. And after a couple of losses, yeah, maybe the Sixers, their confidence has just taken a little bit of a dent.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's another, obviously, new bowler at this end. That's every over that a change in bowling from the Cathedral end. Cameron Boyce, the leg spinner.
It's got a lot of support on the boundary on the leg side, as you'd probably expect anyway. It's a short boundary on the leg side towards the stand. He's got a backward square. He's got a deep mid-wicket, reasonably square deep mid-wicket, and a deep mid-on, all on the fence, protecting that boundary. So he's quite happy to concede a single in at mid-wicket. He's hoping not to go for too many boundaries.
Been quite impressed by Boyce. That was pushed through. It was a little bit short too. It was an ugly looking shot from Stephen Smith.
I reckon he's missed out there. That was pretty short, that. Any sort of willow on that, it's going for 6. I reckon 160 is a minimum score here tonight. The team batting first.
Nice from Haddon. Will he get two? Yeah, Sean Tate's after it.
Well, the average score is 164 at this venue, and we've got to bear in mind that the dimensions of the ground is different than it has been in the past. It's a smaller ground than it has been, straighter and squarer. So I would have thought at least 170 is the score, 175.
Not a bad start there for Boyce. No boundaries. 7 off, 2 for 35.
You take that any day of the week, 7 off and over. So Cameron Boyce limited the damage there. Here's the boundaries. There you go, 65. It's gone quick. Slow down, please. That's 75 metres, is that right? That doesn't look right to me.
Yeah, that's right. It's always been quite long here at the Adelaide Oval.
67 metres square.
It used to be about 90 straight, but the concern is the one square of the wicket, 63 metres, very square both sides. So that's a little drop kick, isn't it, on the leg side? So you can pick up through the leg side and hit a 6 quite easily, or on the offside if you're going in out over cover or through point. The captain into the attack, Johan Botha. He's been a good signing. He's a good one-day bowler and also a renowned captain, tactically sound, reads the game well. He's done a good job with the strikers.
He's both up. So especially in Adelaide, the Adelaide strikers like to go with the 3 spin bowlers in their team. That's what they've got tonight.
It's not a bad way to take him out. A little collision. He's a good bowler, isn't he, Johan Botha? It's just so hard to get away. These guys that bowl orthodox spin and just have the variations, the doozer and the change of pace are tough.
Good piece of fielding. Yeah, it is interesting how the strikers back their 3 spinners, but in saying that, they've got to get away with bowling at least one of the spinners in that first 6, which they've done with Brad Young. He's bowled 3 overs. Uppishly, but well wide of bowler and mid-wicket.
They've got Kyron Pollard as well, who bowls sort of fast spinners, doesn't he? The big fella, he bowls about 120k. He's pretty tough to get away too. So good variation in their bowling attack.
Well, they're not the only team, the strikers, but a couple of injuries before the tournament kicked off, with John Holland going down, was going to play for Adelaide, and also McDonald, Andrew McDonald, and a couple of handy players.
They were asking for 2, but there's a little bit of confusion as they're running between the wickets. Only got the 1, so a good over from Johan Botha, only going for a couple. It's 2 for 37. So it's been a slow start by the Sydney Sixers. There haven't been too many towers. A couple of wickets early, which has really set them back and made it difficult for them to get out of the blocks. It's a good wicket, so there's certainly no excuses there. The ball did swing around a little bit, and particularly Richardson had a bit of trouble controlling it, but the spinners have been in control. It's down to Brad Haddon and Steve Smith. They're to resurrect things. Cameron Boyce into his 2nd over.
Well, they've got to go, these two. Now, 4.5 and over, it's just not enough. Someone's got to have a crack. One of the two is really got to put the foot down here.
What do you do in this situation? You think, Brad Haddon needs to just have that discussion in between overs?
Sure, they probably have. Let's see what Steve Smith does here on strike. They just can't punch the gap, can they, at the moment?
I think they both got to go. I don't think it's down to one of them. I think it's both got to go, and they've got to say, right, we've got to target 2 boundaries and over. Whether it's early in the over we target it or towards the end, doesn't matter. You need 2 boundaries. This could be one of them, but it's an inside edge. It was an attempted slog over mid-wicket that went nowhere.
Could have been a boundary if the boundary was 4 metres long. But as it wasn't, it didn't go. Looked like an aggressive shot, but it went nowhere.
finding the fielder again on the offside. So this is good bowling by Boyce.
I was going to say, you've got to give credit to the bowlers too. It's been pretty good. There was a couple of wides in the first over from Kane Richardson. Since then, the bowling's been top draw.
Again, finding the fielder on the offside. So well bowled, mixing his pace up nicely here, Boyce.
Yeah, so that was a gift. That was short, and unfortunately Brad hadn't hit it well. He's just trying to hit it so close to that fieldsman to get to boundary, and he just didn't get it right.
Inside edge is dragged behind square for one, so an excellent over by Boyce. Only 2 coming from it. It's 2 for 39.
Well, big game for the Sixers. They need to get back in the winning circle. Let's have a look at the points table. There's the Renegades out in front, 4 from 4. The Stars on 6 points. Strikers can get up to equal second with a win here tonight. And then we get down to the Sixers on 2 points from their 3 games so far. So they need to stay in touch, the defending champs.
They need to get a bit of pride to the Sydney teams. Be both in the bottom half if they lose tonight. As Johan Boda continues.
Might have to get 2 games in Adelaide instead, June.
2 teams in Adelaide? Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, sorry, 2 teams, not games.
Down.
Just wide of cover. He's looking for 2 here. Should make it comfortably. Yeah, one of the favoured teams really is the Sixers. At the start of the tournament was that felt that they were a good side.
Well, they're missing Mitchell Stark big time with the ball, and maybe Michael Lum, but Dwayne Bravo from last season. The only thing last season, I don't think they were actually the best side in the competition. They just did enough every time they needed to get through and win games. But I thought the Scorchers and maybe the Hurricanes were the best 2 teams last year.
Well, that's going to go wide of mid-on, and that'll find the boundary. A much-needed one. So a good shot from Smith.
Yeah, it was a quicker ball from both. They're 100 Ks, 100.1, but it was just in that zone. Half volley, and he picked his area nicely. That's a good shot from Smith.
A few more boundaries required here. 7 runs coming from this over with 2 balls remaining. And that'll be another one. That's going to beat the deep cover comfortably. So back-to-back boundaries for Steve Smith.
Yeah, good placement. They've hit a few balls to the fields, and this time Smith gets it in front of the man at backward square. Short boundary, fast outfield. So nice little rush of boundaries here for the Sixers.
And he's asking Brad Haddin to push because he's looking for 2, but he won't get it. But a lot better over for the Sixers. 12 coming from it. Halfway mark, it's 2 for 51.
Yeah, that's what they need, some boundaries. Only 4 fours in the first 10 overs. They need to get cracking. And they've got a bit of power to come to. Enriquez coming in next. He's a very good striker on the ball. And then Mendes, who can bat. So there's what we've seen so far. Just the one real good over there, that over. The rest, bit of a struggle.
Yeah, 12 off the last, and that's pushed the run rate up to just over 5. So even in a 50-over game, that's probably about where you'd want to be. So yeah, 10 overs to go. They need to get 150 to be in this game for mine. They get, 140. They probably still think they're a bit of a chance, but 150, 160 is about their target. But they've got to do really well from here. Over 10 runs and over from here to get somewhere near 160.
So the big man, Kieron Pollard, into the attack. His mixture of medium paces and cutters. And that's beaten Tate, who's at short, fine leg, and it's going to run away for another 4. So Smith's on a bit of a roll here, finding the boundary on the leg side.
Yeah, just use the pace of Pollard, what there is, and just tuck the pass short, fine leg. He just bowls off cutters, doesn't he? I'd be sort of perched on that back foot and looking to maybe pull Pollard. He doesn't pitch many up, does he? Sort of bowls back of a length with no pace on him.
Well, he's got the leg side field to support that type of strategy. He's got a deep backward square, a deep mid wicket, and a deep mid on. Well, that was a horrible looking delivery, but it really did Smith, because it was a change of pace and it just ballooned out of the wicket.
Well, I reckon that the first one was the seam up delivery, and then that was the one that he bowls a lot of. Just rolls the fingers to the right-hand side of the ball, and a bit of a fast off spinner, really, but there's wide open spaces on that offside. Just beat short third man.
Oh, that's going to be big. That's going to go all the way for 6. So the first 6 of the night goes to Steve Smith.
Yes, good shot. Once again, angle in the leg stump, half volley, and he's tucked it away beautifully. So he's really got a wriggle on here, Steve Smith. He's gone to 36 from 26, and last half dozen balls he's hit 19. Good little rush.
Well bowled. Just adjustment of line by Pollard there. Recognising if he got 2 straight, he was probably going to find himself back up in the stand.
Yeah, he's one bowl he can target here for sure, the 6s. Sean Tate's only bowled 1, so he's got 3 left out of possible 9 overs. Richardson's got 2 left as well. So you want to target the medium pace of Pollard.
Oh, change of pace again, but the line was not there. Haddon gets that wide of Tate on the right side, so that'll find its way for a 4.
Well, it's hard to get out LBW if you actually hit the ball. And it was... I'm not sure what Pollard was doing there, but it was definitely off the bat and given so. 4 runs.
Unless he's tracked it with his bat, then hit it. Let's have a look. It's a bottom edge.
Yeah, bottom edge. Brad Haddon finding his first boundary of the night.
Oh, Brad.
Change of pace again. So it was an over of slower balls from Pollard. 15 coming from it, though. 2 for 66.
The last 5 overs have been pretty good for the 6s. 38 runs, 27 off the last 2. So Steve Smith, he's been the main scorer. He's been working the ball nicely. Tucked that one off his pads in. A flick off the pads for 6. So using those short boundaries to his advantage, Steve Smith. So a little comeback here by the 6s. All through the leg side mainly. So they've bowled pretty straight, haven't they? The strikers, and the 6s have hit most shots through the leg side.
Yeah, a little bit of... He's got a bit of attitude, Pollard. A bit of attitude. And just making a little bit of contact there with Brad Haddon. Not really called for.
I think they might be good mates, actually. I don't know. I hope so. Otherwise, Brad Haddon might just give him a clip next time he sticks that elbow out with the bat.
So Richardson into the attack. An early call for 2 and very well run. Just placed into the leg side by Smith. Not hitting it too hard.
Yeah, Matt Johnston coming into the side, replacing Theo Geropoulos.
I don't think Kane Richards will be too happy with you, Moods.
Well, similar hairstyle. This is before he bowled. I know Matty Johnson, he's a more than handy all-rounder. He's more of a batting all-rounder than a bowling all-rounder. He's a powerful hitter of the ball, left-hand bat. Unorthodox style bowler, but he's effective. Changed his pace well, can swing the ball around. I thought he may have bowled early on, particularly with a new ball with it swinging. They've got a very well-balanced side. This strikers outfit, they've got a lot of players that do a bit of both. They bat well, so it allows them to bat deep and play positive with the bat in hand, and they've got a lot of options with the ball.
Coming up to the stumps. He played for the Hurricanes last year, didn't he, Johnston? Often opened the bowling for them.
Smith going wide of deep mid on, quite getting the actual position. He's targeting the position between deep mid on and deep mid wicket.
That's the right area to hit, Johnson, because he angles in, swings it back in, so you're hitting with the shape of the delivery.
Another good shot, but finding the deep fielder, so the Sixers doing their best to try to get this innings up and running. Really off the wrong foot. Matty Johnston. Very effective, changes that pace and can swing it around.
Well, people often say nearly off the wrong foot, but it's not really. Just spends no time on that back foot, does he?
This could be out, and a brilliant catch. Pollard, the man, he really is a star in the outfield. Got a wonderful pair of hands, and for a big man, he moves so well.
Yeah, he certainly does. Reminds me of Roger Harper in the field, Colin Pollard. Very good fieldsman. Brad Haddin not quite catching out. He never really middled the ball tonight, Brad Haddin. You can see the bat just sort of swivel in his hand, so that means that he hasn't got great contact. Still had a bit of work to do, though. Pollard had to move quickly, anticipated well, and held his balance. He's a good athlete. That's a big wicket. Haddin was just starting to get into his stride, and they lose their skipper, the Sixers.
Yeah, once I saw that it was Pollard, it looked like it was going to be out. Let's get down to Sarah.
Thanks, guys. Well, Brad, it's pretty tough work out there. It's extremely hot. How's the wicket playing?
Yeah, it's a bit slow. It's a pretty good wicket, though. It's slow early. We're just starting to get rhythm and get back into this game, which is good.
The boys upstairs think you need around the 170 mark to be successful. What do you think?
Yeah, if we get close to 150, we'll be hard to. It'll be hard for them to get that on this thing.
Okay, good job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. So 150, we've got it horribly wrong. Interestingly saying that it's quite slow, the wicket, because what we've seen the strikers do quite well is change their pace.
Well, I suppose he's looking at the score now and thinking, well, probably not going to get 170, so 150 is a good score from where they are now. Moses Enriquez comes into the crease. He's a batsman that's quite capable of changing this game. He's a very, very good hitter of the ball. Steve Smith's seeing him well, so this is an important partnership for the Sixers. Cameron Boyce continues.
Boyce into his third over now. Enriquez is away first ball. Yeah, I agree. I think this is a critical partnership. Two dangerous players. Smith's obviously got himself in. He's quickly made himself to 43 off just 31 balls. And that's gone through Boyce, just over his fingertips, and will find the boundary straight down the ground. So a good shot from Steve Smith.
Yeah, moves on to 47. He's a good cricketer, Stephen Smith. Really accelerated his innings after he struggled to about his first 10, 15. Now he's 47 off 32. Very respectable, and just picks his spots on the ground very well.
He was 17 off 20 deliveries, Steve Smith, so let's just do a quick calculation. That's 31 off his next 13. Pretty good going.
Well, he's not finding the wicket that slow then, is he? He's got himself in and finding the boundaries. As you said, he does find the boundary, and he can hit the ball in awkward places and quite difficult to bowl to. A quicker ball from Boyce.
Wicket looks perfect from up here anyway. It didn't look too slow. Sean Tate and Kane Richardson were bowling. There's enough grass on it just to make sure that it does sort of zip on a bit.
Looking to run that fine and not get anything on it. A bit of a fumble behind the stumps by Ludeman. So 9 overs off that. 13 overs gone. It's 3 for 82.
So on Wednesday at the SCG, we're going to see the Sydney Sixers again taking on the Hurricanes, who had a very good win today down there at home. So 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Boxing Day game. Gee, and then we're back here on the next day, on the 27th.
Well, I'm not, you are, but I'm in Sydney, so yeah, plenty of KFC Big Bash cricket in the next few weeks. Smorgasbord of cricket.
Well, we're just warming up, aren't we?
Yeah, we're warming up, doing plenty of miles, aren't we? Frequent flyers, points are racking up. Johan Boda.
Yep.
Back into the attack, replacing Johnson, just to 1 over. So he's bowled 2 overs, Boda, so this is his 3rd. You've got Sean Tate's got 3. Richardson's got 2 if Johan Boda decides to go that way.
Smith batting well outside leg stump here.
So that single brings up 50 to Steve Smith. Good innings from 35 deliveries. Good strike rate, 142. So really accelerated in that back half of that innings.
Yeah, he didn't panic, did he? A lot of batsmen probably would have got to 17 off 20. I think you said he was, June. I reckon a lot of batters would have, you know, maybe even thrown it away, trying to accelerate the scoring, but he probably knew spend a bit more time there and gradually get his strike rate up. That's exactly what he's done. As I mentioned, I think he's a very, very good cricketer.
And he's also just plays to his strength. He's keeps it pretty simple. You know, his area is that sort of mid-on, wide mid-on area. He's targeted a couple of boundaries there. Also likes to give himself room, a hit through the offside. He's also scored there. So he's not trying to do the impossible. He's keeping it pretty simple, running hard between the wickets.
Oh, that's hit beautifully over cover for 6, I'd say. No, 4. Just short. So it's a pretty ordinary delivery from Johan Bodie. Wouldn't be happy with that. But Enrique's powerful.
Oh, I love that shot. See, a lot of players, or most players, would probably just try and hit that on the ground, pass cover at good pace and try and get 4. But he's gone for 6 there. 14 overs gone, 3 for 90.
3 for 90 from 14. The Sixers won the toss, elected to bat. And you can follow us on Twitter using at @Fox_cricket, or support your teams #Strikeforce or hashtag smash them Sixers. Need to smash a few now, don't they? And it's not going to be easy. Sean Tate back in the attack. Some thunderbolts coming down at you. What do? Use the pace of him moods, try and hit him sort of through that leg side?
I think initially keep your back left low, because you know he's going to target the stumps, be full and straight, and just use the pace of the ball early on.
Like that, just clamp down on it. For 2, they're going to come back, going to have to hurry. Oh, that's good running. Not sure about the fielding. Very good running though from Smith.
Yeah, good throw. He would have been in trouble. It's an excellent piece of running, just putting the outfielder under pressure. Just wide. Ludeman there. If it was straight, it would have been a big strike.
Just targeted Brad Young there. His arm probably not the strongest, so good smart cricket from Smith. Oh, good delivery. Tip ball to get bat on that, Steve Smith.
Yeah, I noticed that first delivery that went for 2 down to third man just tailed in a little bit, and so did that second delivery. So that's playing into Sean Tate's hands. When he can just get that ball tailing in, that's when he's dangerous.
It's the old Sandshoe crusher, that one. That would have been nasty if he'd missed that. It would have been LBW and a broken toe. Oh, and again. Hard to hit them for 4, those deliveries.
It's good bowling. He's keeping it simple. He's bowling very full, making it hard for the batsman to get underneath his length, right up into that block hole. Hard to find the boundary unless you get it either inside edge or outside edge, either side of the keeper.
Well, we just see that all the time from Malinga, who's the best in the world at it. Slinging him in there.
Oh, there's a wild and woolly one. Good take. No ball. Let's just have a look. Might be a free hit. Yep, it will be.
And that's why he is one of the ugliest bowlers to face, is because of this unpredictability. No intention to bowl it like that. He was just going for another Yorker, and he's got it wrong by about 10 yards. At least 10 yards where that pitched.
Tell you what, it's a good take by Ludeman. Could have been worse for the strikers. Here we go. Free hit. What can Steve Smith do? Oh, he's got it for a scungy inside edge for 1. Just.
Well, there's only one way to get out off a free hit, and that's run out. And that was pretty close, I reckon. Michael Klinger doing the fielding. Let's just see how close this is. He's a fair way back there, Klinger. No, he might have got there. Yeah, he's home.
Oh, well fielded. Sean Tate, not known for his fielding, stuck the mid out.
A good over so far, just 6 coming from it. The ball to go. Not easy for a big man that's running and bowling on 150, and he's followed through to react quickly and either take catches off his own bowling or prevent runs.
It's a good shot for 1. So that's a pretty decent over by Sean Tate. 7 off it at this stage of the innings. 3 for 97. Jivan Mendes with the pads on to come in next. Good striker of the ball, Mendes. He's in at number 6. And there's the projected scores. Well, they've got to go for 10 and over. 147. That's got to be the minimum from here with 7 wickets in the shed.
You think also with the size of the ground here at the Adelaide Oval, there's every chance you get at minimum 10 and over. But wickets in hand, as you said, there's a batsman that's in Stephen Smith. He's at 55. He's hitting him well. He's hit 5 4s and a 6. The strikers have bowled well. Their seamers have bowled very much a very full length. A lot in that good area, about 6 metres from the bat. And their line also has been good. A few very full ones, which Sean Tate's been responsible for.
Matt Johnson back in the attack, replacing Johan Botha. So Kane Richardson's got 2 left. You'd imagine he'd have to bowl his 2, wouldn't you? Bowls a great Yorker. Tate's got 2. So it's actually not going to be easy for the Sixers. They're going to have to bat really well here, particularly against Tate and Richardson, I'd imagine, who bowl.
Here's a look at that action of Johnston. So just spends hardly any time on that back foot of his delivery stride.
He nearly delivers the ball in the air.
It's chipped down to mid-off. Well, I think he does deliver it before his front foot lands.
Yeah, it's like there's some hot coals at the back of the crease there, and he just get rid of the ball. There he goes.
Yeah, no, the front foot's just gone down there after the ball's been delivered. Not a textbook action. Here we go. Oh, dead heat between when he delivers the ball and when the front foot lands. That's a good delivery.
Whatever he's doing it well. He's getting it right up in the block hole. He's making it hard for the batsman to get underneath him. The keeper's up. He's making it hard for the batsman to use their feet against him. 100's brought up, so 3 for 100. A couple of balls left in his over.
In the block hole again. So bowling full and straight. That one wasn't quite a Yorker, but good enough. Again, the one to go, sorry. When you get it full and straight, you've got to play a good shot to get a boundary, don't you? Even against a medium pacer. That's a strange shot. Good over. 4 off it at this stage. 3 for 101. Yeah, good crowd. Got the blue wigs on. That'd be pretty warm and itchy underneath that, I reckon. Bit of sweat happening today. Very hot conditions in Adelaide.
Yeah, well, when we came on air, I said it was 41, but I got a text from the old mate up the golf club saying it actually got to 42 today. So, yeah, it's been very, very hot.
That 42 is score, 42 over.
42 Stableford points would be better. Yeah, but it's cooled down now in here anyway. Commentary box, lovely. Looks cooler now, doesn't it? The lights on and the overcast sky. Crowd enjoying it though. They're used to it in Adelaide in the summer. Don't get too many cool days in summer over here. Kane Richardson, he's back. What can you do with that Yorker? Full toss, and just a single, unfortunately, for the Sixers. 30 degrees now, I've been reliably informed by Tom Moody, looking on his iPhone. Down the track and finds the gap, so that's a welcome boundary for the Sixers. Enriquez gets Richardson away.
Yeah, the placement was good. I'm not sure that's where he wanted it. This is Enriquez. Just got tucked up a little bit. Gave himself some room, but I think he was trying to go maybe through cover or over cover, but we'll take them.
I think the thing to note is the length. We saw Matt Johnston bowl an excellent over before, bowling very full. The same with Tate, bowled a very full over, and they weren't costly at all. It's the length he got wrong there.
And that one's slightly wrong as well, and it goes for 6. So that's a good little strike from Enriquez. The half volley. Richardson not quite hitting his mark tonight and paying the price.
Yeah, with the new ball, he just wasn't quite right. We saw a few wides in his first over. Then he was definitely going for the Yorker on that occasion. And you don't have to be far off these days with the talent on hand and with the bats. Just a little bit out and you generally go.
Oh, it's well struck too. Will it be 4? No, good work out there. Matt Johnston, there's another half volley.
He did well there, Johnston. He must have been very close to the padding over the rope. Let's have a look. That ball was really motoring, and what does he do with his back foot? No, he's all right. Did well. Yeah, no contact there.
Looked like an ice skater. He did well there. That was going at a good pace. So was the fieldsman. Slightly better. Run out chance. Gone. Oh, that's a big wicket. That is a big wicket. Johan Boda's hit the stumps again. That's 2 run-outs.
Yeah, his second direct hit from the same spot. He's building it mid off. And he is a good cricketer, this guy, Johan Boda. It was hit well from Enriquez, and Stephen Smith just thought it was a run. He was sent back, picks his target and hits. That is very handy for the strikers.
Yeah, an important striker departs. It's a good innings though. Goes for 58, just off the 43 bowls.
Steve, you're shaking your head. Talk us through that mix-up.
There wasn't a run there. I just took off. I thought there might have been a run, but there wasn't. But you know, I was lucky to get a few there and get a partnership together, and hopefully Moses can take them down now.
Yeah, congratulations on that. It's your best innings so far in the Big Bash this year. What was the mindset given that you lost 2 wickets early in that power play?
Just try and play normal cricket shots, and you know, just be positive, and you know, come off a little bit, and you know, hopefully these boys can finish up now.
You started slowly, but really built into it.
Yeah, that was kind of the plan after sort of losing 2 early wickets. So, yeah, look, hopefully we can finish well here and get a good total on the board.
Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was a shame. Played really well, Steve Smith. Looked in good touch. I'm disappointed with that. Just one of those things, though, 20-20 cricket at the end of an innings, you're going to have your mix-ups. I don't think there was a run. Enriquez hit it pretty hard. He would have had to go early.
No, not a run. There's definitely not a run. He hit it straight to him, and I think Stephen Smith was indicating that he just felt that it was going to be either left or right of the field, and it would have been a run, but it went straight to him, and it's brought Jeevan Mendes, the Sri Lankan, to the crease. Left-hand bat, more than useful bat, but also bowls some spin as well. Good all-round cricketer.
It's replacing the middle stump there, so that must have brought a hit from both us, so he's right on.
Yeah, never looked like missing. So 2 great bits of fielding. They make a difference. Those run at you, hit the stumps, get rid of good players. It's a real bonus. Oh, it's a better one. Oh, look out. Hip and shoulder from Kane Richardson. End of the over, 4 for 115. So 3 overs to go. What can the Sixers muster up? They've battled all the way through after losing a couple of wickets, and they're battling the fieldsmen too. I don't think Jeevan Mendes has played much AFL, but probably might have played a bit of rugby, maybe.
Well, they love their rugby in Sri Lanka, so there's every chance. He's definitely played touch rugby because it's one of the warm-up games the Sri Lankans play.
Is that when you were coach, you played a bit of touch rugby?
Yeah, a little bit of touch. They like their soccer too.
You didn't try and coerce them into playing a bit of AFL? Johnson to continue.
Not too many ruckmans in the Sri Lankan outfit. A lot of good rovers, though.
He's useful cricketer, Mendes. Bowled well against the Scorchers in Sydney 2 games ago. Didn't bowl quite as well in Melbourne last game. Full toss. That'll be 6, yeah. You won't miss out there, Enriquez. Good shot.
The man and the hot dog didn't have a hand up there to throw out there. So Enriquez, he's the main man now after that mix-up with Stephen Smith going. Yeah, full toss. Makes no mistake.
Not a bad catch either. Took it easy. Look at him. Thank you. Crocodile catch on it. Held on to it though. Might play a bit of park cricket maybe. I know the horse is bowled here, but I'd like to see Enriquez open the batting. I just think he's wasted at 5. Such a good strike of the ball.
Neither Enriquez or Brad Haddon, the captain. Now, he's coming at 3, but maybe he could steer the ship from, from number 1.
They look for 2. They have to hurry because it's Pollard. No. Look, he opened in the final last year and got 78, I think, Enriquez. You're putting Dan Smith and O'Keefe in, who are good strikers. They're not really proper batsmen.
I think at the end of the day, your top 4 batsmen have got to be the best 4 batsmen in the side. They've got to face the most amount of balls. So you want your best batsman facing the most amount of balls to give yourself every chance to get the total you need. If you've got Enriquez only receiving 30 balls when he could be receiving 60.
Well, the theory is he's good at the end. He's a good striker at the end, but you're limiting the amount of damage he can do, aren't you, by putting him in at 5?
Well, it's a bit like, the Adelaide strikers do pretty much the same with Pollard as what Sixers do with Enriquez. They want Pollard to finish the innings. He generally doesn't bat in the first 10 overs at all. So just different tactics for different sides.
Yeah, I can see that point, but I'm thinking the more balls a good player can face, the better off you are for the team. I wouldn't be afraid to put Pollard in at 3 either. Especially if the team gets off to a good start or you're chasing a big total. Oh, a lovely shot. I think he's hit it, hasn't he? Yeah. Just got a tickle on it.
Well, live, I thought that was out, but he's obviously got some bat on it because it's given runs. 18 overs gone, 4 for 126. Well, we've seen a crowd catch already tonight. Not bad here in Adelaide. Moods. Have a look at this for a catch. Thomas back, the guy leaning over, and he thinks, yep, give us that beer. Give us that beer, and I'm downing it.
It might have been a Diet Coke. How do you know it's a beer?
I reckon he's knocked over at least 4, what do you call them over here? Schooners. And he still caught it. Any potential catches out there? The crowd cheering the locals on here. They're in a good position at the moment. 2 overs to go. Tate into the attack. Oh, it's a leg bite. Followed him.
I reckon that's got to hurt, even with a pad on. That's got to be felt on that shin bone. 153.7 from Shaun Tate.
That's fast. I remember when we first played one days and we had the coloured pads. Kookaburra used to simply apply them, and just to tell you what, some of them were very thin. Cane was real thin. You have to put a little bit of padding behind there just to reinforce it.
Well, that's the fast delivery of the competition so far from Shaun Tate. Nearly 154 clicks.
It's always the full one that's the quicker one, isn't it? Through the air. Bouncers don't tend to register quite as quick on the speed gun for whatever reason. So Mendes on strike. And we get the little paddle out to Shaun Tate. He's jammed at the third man.
Another excellent delivery from Tate. He's just keeping it simple, isn't he? Just bowling as fast as he can and just trying to hit the base of the stumps. Yeah, we've seen at times he's been wayward trying to do it, but tonight he's spot on. It's, really the ball's hit the bat there, not the bat hitting the ball. It's really cannoned into Jeevan Mendis's bat.
Well, that's the thing. When it's coming at 150k an hour, it's hard to lay a good amount of bat on, isn't it? You've got to get your timing spot on. Got to pick it up early. Oh, full toss inside the edge. Just missed the off peg.
Another one over 150k's from Shaun Tate. So this is his last over of the night. He's only got to finish with 3, and there's that swing again from Tate. So at that pace, and then you get a bit of movement. That's what makes it tricky.
He's going to surprise Dominic Thornley here, Moses Enriques, I should say, and maybe give him one halfway down. It's been predictable today, but is he going to give him a sniff?
No, he's going to give him a wide. Quite swing back that. I think that the option here, if you're brave enough, is the little paddle sweep. Hind legs up inside the circle. So if you can get down on your knee and just use the pace, got to be brave, Moods.
Oh, that's not brave, that's stupid. That's probably, there's only one bloke that would probably do that, and purely because he does it very well, is Tilakarat Dilshan.
You'd want like a welder's helmet on, I reckon, if you're playing that shot.
Bowling, too good. This time right on target. That's great bowling. Tough to hit that. And another big wicket. Enriquez, a danger man. He's been clean bowled.
Well, that's why he's so effective. Shaun Tate comes back on the bowl, and the ball is reverse swinging. And this one is right where he wants it. Starts at about a foot outside the off stump and it swings in. Not sure whether it took a little bit of pad there through to the middle stump, but it was too good for Enriquez, and another handy wicket for the strikers. So Shaun Tate gets his first wicket of the night, and it's the handy one of Moses Enriquez. 5 for 129.
Moses, well done and well played on a really good innings. Was the key to establish some partnerships out there?
Yeah, obviously after the slow start, we were a little bit behind the 8 ball, but we've got wickets in hand, and actually really landed their Yorker really well there, which made it hard for us to get underneath the ball.
The run rate's pushing up around about the 7 runs and over mark. Are you happy with that?
Probably going to need to up the ante here, obviously. That's what I was trying to do there. But as I said, they've really executed their Yorker really well. And hopefully Dom and Jeevan can get under a few here now.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
So 6 balls left in the innings. Dominic Thornley, what can he do? Tough work batting against Shaun Tate first up here. Or a length ball. That'll do, off the mark, get up the other end. 150 Ks again. So this is the quickest bowling we've seen this season.
Dominic Thornley's played a lot of first-class cricket, but he's not playing a lot of cricket apart from club cricket and T20 cricket, so he's not going to be used to facing someone with this pace, and that's an excellent delivery to get rid of Mozambique, because he could have found the boundary 3 or 4 times and put some respectability into this total.
Need Mendes now, the sixes. Hit through that point region, maybe it's his best chance. Oh, it's close. Has it pitched outside leg? No, he's given in. That was the only doubt, but it's fallen straight. Strikes again, Sean Tate.
Well, he finishes with 2 for 13. Sean Tate off his 3 overs, so we're not going to see his 4. We'd love to have. As this pitched in line with leg stump, there it is, swinging back in. It's really full. May have just pitched outside of leg, you would have thought. Definitely hitting the stumps, but that's the decision the umpire had to make in a split second. It was touch and go. Anyway, Sean Tate will take that for sure. So he's done well again tonight, Sean Tate, and that's the end of Mendes at 6 for 130.
So Brett Lee coming at number 8. He'll face the last over, or he'll be on non-strikers. On Dominic Thornley will be on strike. He can hit a long ball. Being a Lee, if he gets his eye in, he'll be hitting a couple into that construction zone. If you can get one in the right zone, it's not going to be easy though. Richardson, he's going to finish up from the city end. That's where Brett Lee will be aiming out there. Whether he can do it or not, it's a different story. Whether he gets the strike, non-strikers in at the moment. Here's the LBW. Well, close enough, isn't it? Just a little bit of ball, maybe, sort of pitching your line. So, yeah, live, you give that out, don't you? Can't really argue too much with that. Oh, full toss. Single.
Well, Kane Richardson hasn't been at his best this evening, so he'd be keen to finish off this well. He's into his 4th over and he's gone for 29. And he's a better bowler than that, and he's certainly been bowling better than that in this tournament. Had trouble controlling the new ball. Can he control the older ball to get it right up into the block hole to finish off?
Oh, straight through him. Yeah, just Sean Tate just the 3 overs, so Johan Botha slightly messed up the overs there. I suppose it's harder when you've got to fit all 7 bowlers into 20 overs.
He's done a pretty good job, I think, Johan Botha. He's got a lot of bowling options, and I think he's used them well. Andy Johnston probably bowled an extra over that he wasn't expecting, and he bowled well. The spinners all bowled well. I think that's why they're such a good side, is because he's got so many different options you can turn to.
Oh, it's pretty good bowling. Brett Lee's done well to get bat on that.
He's missed both. He only had the 1 stump to aim out on that occasion. Yeah, I thought that delivery before, Junior, they probably should have snuck a bye there. It's a fair way back, Lude. I mean, at this stage, 6 wickets down, dot ball or scramble a bye.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often enough, does it? Particularly when a quick bowler's bowling, non-striker, as soon as the ball's released, can go. You know, he can always recover his position. It's so hard for the keeper with his gloves on to pick it up and throw accurately. Just those extra 1 or 2 runs in an innings can make a big difference.
I reckon that's what they just spoke about then too, the 2 batsmen. Had a bit of a meeting. Yeah, and they're running. Yeah, definitely. Must be listening to us. Oh. Brett Lee on the job with Dominic Thornley. Hasn't quite been out of middle one yet between them. It swung late too.
Yeah, Thornley looking to go over cover that short boundary, and Richardson just following him. Yeah, just a little bit of tail as well.
Oh, that's good. Good bowling. Pretty hard to do much with that. So he's getting the Yorker on target here, Richardson.
Those Enriques, when he was interviewed by Sarah Jones, did mention that the strikers were on target with their Yorkers. They have been excellent, all of them. And Richardson, we've seen Tate do it very well. We've seen Matt Johnson also do it very well. So really good defensive bowling by the strikers.
Last ball. And they'll get a single. Oh, Brett Lee's running for two. That's all right, put a bit of pressure on. So at the end of the innings, very good work by the strikers. They restrict the Sixers to 6 for 135. They got off to a slow start. The Sixers lost a couple of wickets. Never really got going. Steve Smith played well for his half century, but good professional performance by the strikers.
Well, the Brisbane Heat only got a similar total last night and almost defended it, but different surface here tonight at the Adelaide Oval. Warm, steamy night, and the pitch is pretty good. So, yeah, the strikers would be very happy with the first half of this game, and some work to do for the Sydney Sixers. They're going to defend 135, and they got off to a bad start with Smith out to Brad Young in his first over for a duck, O'Keefe 4, and then Smith and Enriquez, the only two really that got going. Smith run out by both, who got a couple of run outs, and in the end they finished 6 for 135.
Plenty of bowling options. Kane Richardson was probably a little bit more expensive than he'd like, but Brad Young into the strikers side for the first time, been out of the game for 10 years, taking 1 wicket, opened the bowling and bowled very well. Tate was brilliant tonight. He bowled very quickly, very full and straight. And Boyce also, both are also good, so good all-round performance.
Well, you mentioned Sean Tate. Here he is with Sarah Jones.
Thanks, Bluey. Sean, 2 wickets for 13 off your 3 overs. You're in really good form at the moment.
Yeah, touch wood at the moment, yeah. I'm pretty fresh. It's only 2 games, so I'm feeling all right, yeah.
The boys commented on the fact that team-wide, your boys bowled the Yorker really well.
Yeah, I think we did. We've been practicing it, in the nets, the centre wicket train all the time, ruthless simplicity, as we've been calling it, yeah.
What will your batsmen have to be mindful of now?
I think it's actually a pretty slow wicket. It's quite difficult to score on, as you saw with those guys. So I think just taking our time and keeping wickets in hand, yeah.
Confident you can chase it down?
Yeah, I think so. It is a low score, but like I said, it's a reasonably difficult wicket to bat on, but yeah.
Good job tonight.
Thanks very much, Tal.
OK, stay with us. Coming up after the break, the boys will wrap up the Sixers innings, and I chat to one of the stars of the London Paralympics. Don't go away.
Touch. Oh!
Get ready for summer at Liquorland. Mix and match any 6 of these selected bottles of wine for $50. Get ready this summer with Liquorland.
Come down to Repco for great Christmas gifts. Chest and trolley combo, half price at only $99. 6-inch jockey wheel, only $14.99. What a bargain. Repco's Christmas catalogue out now.
Hello. I'd like to tell you about Bet365.com, the world's biggest online sports betting company. The reason why they're the world's #1 is very simple. They do great odds on a massive choice of sports. And guess what? Bet365.com is now based in Australia.
Thanks for a good time. Thanks, man. Good on you. This is good.
The legendary KFC double is back, and it's spicier than ever.
I got some chicken for you. What do you got for me? A good time. That's right.
What happened when you quit before is often key to quitting for good this time. There's no such thing as a failed quit attempt, just experience to help you finally quit for good. So call us. 13QUIT.
Authorised by the New South Wales Government, Sydney.
KwaZulu-Natal. Tough to say. Even tougher to drive. Sounds like one for the Ford Ranger. Out here, even when the road stops, it just keeps on going. And even way down, it keeps powering on. Built for any challenge. Ford Ranger.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Oval. The first half of this game is complete after the Sydney Sixers won the toss, elected to bat first, and that's what's happened. Brad Haddon, 22, Smith, 58, Enriquez, 32, the only ones to get to double figures, and they end up on 6 for 135. I'm joined by Tom Moody, and 6 for 135, you wouldn't think it's enough runs, but we've seen funnier things in T20 cricket. But gee, the strikers were impressive, I thought.
They were excellent. They bowled with great discipline. They executed their skills well. They took what I thought was a bit of a risk coming in with 3 spinners. It paid off. Brad Young played in his very first Big Bash game, and he was very successful opening the bowling. So it was a good bit of captaincy by Johan Botha. But you'd have to say the Sydney Sixers were, pretty ordinary with the bat. They just looked like they're lacking a lot of confidence.
Well, you mentioned Brad Young, and straight into the attack, and he got the first wicket, Dan Smith. So that was a great start for Brad Young, his first game for the strikers. And then a run out, the first from Johan Botha. Direct hit's always important.
Yeah, no, he not only bowled well but fielded well, got a couple of run outs. And Brad Haddon was brilliantly caught in the outfield by Kieron Pollard. And this is the second Johan Botha run out. Direct hit, and that was a big one, because that was Stephen Smith, who was batting very well. And then came Sean Tate. He was very impressive towards the end of the innings, bowled very quickly and got it very full.
Yeah, so they are the wickets that have fallen so far here at the Adelaide Oval. Sean Tate ending up with 2 for 13, so good figures from him. Brad Haddon, moods didn't quite get going tonight. 30 off 22 deliveries. Just struggled. I don't know, again, was it the bowling or, the loss of early wickets, but just wasn't the normal sort of Brad Haddon tonight.
Yeah, look, he's such a clean hitter of the ball. Normally times the ball beautifully, but you're right. He wasn't alone, though, but certainly struggled to find his timing. It was really only Steve Smith that was the one that could find timing in the surface out there at Adelaide. We certainly thought it was going to be a total of at least 170, 175 that was going to be required.
Well, Stephen Smith was the batter of the night so far. He's done well. He struggled a little bit early as well. Some good bowling from all the strikers bowled. It was 17 off 20 at one stage, but then really accelerated, got on a bit of a roll, and ended up with 58 from 43 deliveries.
Yeah, look, he had to resurrect the innings. 2 early wickets, so, that was probably the reason he was reasonably slow to begin with, but he really kicked into gear. He's such a difficult person to bowl to because he hits the ball in awkward places, and when he wants to, he can hit it out of the ground as well. He's such a clean hitter of the ball.
Yeah, he's a good young player, Stephen Smith. Let's just have a look at where he got most of his runs tonight. A lot of them down the ground, which probably indicates that it's not a bad sort of wicket here at the Adelaide Oval, but probably mainly through the onside. A couple of short boundaries that he got hold of, and at a big 6 towards the leg side. But is it going to be enough? 6 for 135. There's the bowling figures. Sean Tate was good, 2 for 13. And Johnston wasn't too bad either, 1 for 22 from his 3. All right, let's get down to Sarah Jones.
Thanks, Bluey. I have with me Australia's greatest ever Paralympian, Matt Cowdrey. Your first time to Adelaide Oval for a cricket match, I understand.
I know, I feel a little bit embarrassed. I'm a very proud South Australian, grew up here and lived here most of my life and never been to a game, so great to be here tonight.
What have you been up to since the success of London and those 5 gold medals?
It's been a fantastic couple of months, really. For us, I guess the perceptions and what everyone sort of thought or regarded of Paralympic sport have changed so much, and to be able to come back and take advantage of that and share everything that I've been able to do with people has been fantastic and really enjoyed it.
You're already a 3-time Olympian. Do you swim on to Rio in 4 years' time?
We'll see. I'm looking forward to getting back in the water. That's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, and we'll take it year by year. Commonwealth Games in 2 years, I'm definitely looking forward to being there, and I guess we'll see Rio's only 2 short years after that.
That must be pretty tough because you've been out of the water since London. That was kind of back in August, so it has been quite a while, and it's going to be a tough first training session.
Yeah, no, the Paralympics finished in September, so I'm a little bit luckier, but it still has been a couple of months. I'd never had longer than 2 weeks out of the water, so the first decent break I've ever really had, but I guess it will be pretty tough getting back in, that's for sure.
And how do you rate the Adelaide Strikers' chances of getting up for the victory tonight?
Well, we're hopeful. I think everyone's got their fingers crossed. A good start. It looks like they've put together a reasonable total of the Sixers, so hopefully they can bring it back and chase them down in the second innings.
Well, congratulations on a very successful 2012 and have a really great Christmas.
Wrap Christmas at Harvey Norman. Great gift ideas at great prices. New Vidal Sassoon Big Hair Styler, just $98. DeLonghi Magnifica Fully Automatic Coffee Machine, only $6.74 with 6 months supply of coffee beans as a bonus. Philips Pro Aluminium Juicer, top quality product, just $99. Small, but supercharged. Get great cleaning results from the Dyson Stick Vacuum, $4.68. For more gift ideas, shop in store or online. Now at your Christmas shopping destination, Harvey Norman.
Go, Harvey, go.
I'm Dale, and I am scared. Wayno. No, Wayno. He's just getting himself all pretty. A little bit of the old lady magnet juice. Huh? Boom!
Who's next? Every time you buy a Canadian Club, a beer fairy dies. Refresh your drink, Canadian Club.
Thanks for a good time. Thanks, man. Good on you. This is good.
The legendary KFC double is back, and it's spicier than ever.
I got some chicken for you. What do you got for me? A good time. That's right.
A Tab Market Update.
The Big Bash is in full swing and is through the halfway mark of the season. Will the Melbourne sides continue to dominate, or can the Sydney Sixers rediscover last year's form and make it back-to-back titles? Tab has a stack of markets on every game, plus a great live betting special on the next overruns market. Check out the details of the special at tab.com.au, and to bet live, call 133 390.
Is this the world's toughest road? Unsealed, unforgiving, in parts, downright insane. A perfect match for the Ford Ranger. With a maximum 5-star ANCAP safety rating, there's no safer truck. And stay in control, on-road, off-road, and no road. Built for any challenge. Ford Ranger.
Come down to Repco for great Christmas gifts. Pressure washer, just $69. Now that's cheap. GDX 20W50 for a low $14.99. What a bargain. Repco's Christmas catalogue out now.
It's coming to Brisbane for the first time. The Harvey Norman All-Stars Game. Suncorp Stadium, Saturday, February 9. Book your tickets early.
Back at the Adelaide Oval, the Strikers are just about to start their run chase. They need 136 runs for victory. They should get it. But I can just see the Sixers going all-out attack here, trying to get early wickets. Michael Klinger coming off 60 in his last game against the Thunder, made 60 off 46 deliveries. And his partner up the other end's been promoted. It's the keeper, Tim Ludeman, who's opened the last couple of games. Philip Hughes was penciled in to do that job for the Big Bash, but he's away on test duties, of course. And I think we're going to see a fired-up Brett Lee. I reckon the captain, Brad Haddon, would have said to Brett Lee, I want at least 2 wickets in your first spell. Maybe in the first 2 overs. But he should get some shape, Brett Lee. There's some swing in the air. It's been a really hot day here in Adelaide, and as the day's gone on, so the cloud cover has come over.
They've got to field well too tonight, the Sixers. They missed a couple of chances against the Stars in Melbourne. It cost them dearly, so they've got to be right on the game. They've got to field as well as the strikers did. A couple of run-outs and got to catch well, take every chance that comes.
2 slips. Oh, on the back leg, just too high. Appeal from Brad Haddon, which is a little bit unusual. Doesn't die wondering, does he, Hads? But yeah, just a bit tight, too high.
Doesn't mind the appeal, wasn't far away. Sort of bent the knee a bit too, so just going over straight.
Jeez, that might have clipped the bails, that.
So it wasn't that bad an appeal then, Bluey?
No, I'll give him that one. Yep, seen worse appeals. Short and cut away. Third man won't get that.
Well, width on offer, and with short boundary square of the wicket, Klinger's not going to miss out. A bit of pace on the ball as well from Brett Lee. Just opening the face, intentionally going over gully, searching for that boundary. So the strikers are away with a boundary.
That's better from Lee. Good carry too to Haddon. What's the pace like? 142 Ks. Let's have a look at that first delivery. Half an appeal from Haddon, and we mentioned the height, but not far over those bails.
Not far at all. It was far from Brett Haddon's worst appeal, Bluey. That was well worth a shout.
Well, I guarantee it won't be his last appeal for the night.
No! Have you ever met a quiet wicketkeeper who doesn't appeal? They all do. It's part of their game.
Tell you what, the problem if they don't. You know, you need your keeper supporting your bowler, surely. Keeper's such an important, not only from an appealing point of view, but just the whole dynamic of the fielding group. He's really the centrepiece. Not only the captain is, but the keeper is. In this case, Haddon's obviously captain as well, but the keeper really marshals the troops out there, creates the energy. So it's a tough job behind the stumps.
See what he's done. He's kept very well this year, Brad Haddon, for New South Wales Ryobi Cup. He's just gloving the ball beautifully. It's a shame he's not playing for Australia because he's still good enough, that's for sure. But, Matthew Wade's taken his spot and done pretty well, but he's a good replacement if we need him again.
Hitting high on the bat again, so apart from that boundary off his second delivery, not a bad over. None for 4 after the first. Well, let's have a look at the top 6 for the strikers. And Michael Klinger's off the mark with that boundary. Tim Ludeman, we mentioned, is his partner tonight. Callum Ferguson listed to come in at number 3. Nathan Reardon's been a good pickup for the strikers. He's in pretty good touch. One of the overseas players, Kyron Pollard, down at number 5, and Matt Johnston coming into the side for this match, replacing Theo Geropoulos.
Look, I suppose for the opposition team, you jagged a couple of early ones. The batting there is solid without being spectacular. You know, it's a little bit of a tail.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they approach it. Obviously, we're very cautious with Brett Lee's first over. Took advantage of a wide, short one, but Stephen O'Keefe's going to open from the other end, but I've got a feeling they might try to take it on early and try to break down this total as quick as possible. And generally the best way to attack a total that's not that substantial.
Tim Ludeman, he doesn't mind a slog sweep, and I imagine that's where he'll target O'Keefe. He's only a little fella, Ludeman. Geez, he hits the ball hard. He's been fairly impressive so far this season.
Well, he's sort of come of age this season, Junior. He's sort of in and out of the side, but now he's definitely the #1 keeper here in Adelaide, so he's proved himself. And he got runs, I think it was the first Shield game, which has sort of got him going, I think. Just giving him a little bit of confidence that he's good enough at this level.
Brad Haddon mirroring the tactics of strikers with a left arm spinner opening the bowling.
Yeah, there's another appeal from Brad Haddon. I told you it wasn't going to be his last.
I think it might have hit his bat. It was close to his pad. Let's just have a look at it. Comes on with the arm as O'Keefe does a lot. He just slides in. Yeah, see, his bat's hit the pad, so...
Oh, good start here from O'Keefe. Good control. That one gripped.
Yeah, a little bit slower, that one. Just tossed it up a little bit slower. So changing his pace nicely.
Out to that sweeper. So one of his two men out is deep square leg, and the other one's deep long off.
Well, the bonus for the strikers is they don't have to worry about scoreboard pressure, the run rate. They can just sort of play themselves in. That, you know, they're not chasing that 9 or 8 and over right from the word go. So a lot less pressure on their stroke play.
Tidy couple of overs from the Sixers, none for 7. And Tim Ludeman mentioned that he's been promoted to open the batting. He had a pretty good game against the Sydney Thunder. Made 46 off 39. I've seen him play a couple of those sort of shots over mid-wicket. The old scoop shot or the ramp shot, whatever you want to call it. He's a busy cricketer, and he's in reasonable touch.
And he hit the ball hard. And that ramp shot, I guess players of smaller stature, easy for them to play that. They don't have to get down as far. You'd struggle Merge in the ramp shot.
I'd have to fall over to play that, I reckon.
I reckon me too. No ramp shot from you, Moods.
Well, if I played it, the problem is getting back up again.
Like a big giraffe. Big camel, you know, when they bend down, they groan. Down they get. Over you, Moods.
Oh, thanks very much, Camel. Now here's the man, Sunil Narayan. A wonderful bowler. He is the mystery spinner from the West Indies. No one is really picking this guy. So fascinating. Watch him bowl. Those numbers there: 68 wickets, 51 matches, incredible average. But the economy is the ticket. When you're taking wickets and you've got an economy below 6, you're a pretty important bowler.
He spins the ball both ways, slip in place.
Go!
And there's the off spinner. And there's the appeal from Brad Haddon again, but it's missed everything and it's going to go to the boundary. So just see whether it's byes or wides. And it's neither, it's runs. Okay, off the bat, was it?
Just a little tickle on that Ludeman. He loves the sweep, so this is probably his tactic against Narayan. Let's have a look. See that ball flicker around his fingers. Unbelievable, he can control it. What's the off spinner? Yeah, I don't know. Might have been a little slight top edge or not much.
No, I reckon it missed everything. There's the sweep again. So that looks like a plan from Ludeman. Just sweep everything.
It tends to be the shot that some batsmen adopt when they're not reading the spin. Not sure which way it's going. So the sweep shot, they get down low, get down early and just paddle it away.
It's even hard to pick in slow motion from behind.
Those last two little leggies, little leg cutters. Watch him just flick it out. See that? Little leg spinner. Well, not a leg spinner, but a slow leg cutter. Doosra, whatever you want to call it.
That's a leading edge. Didn't pick that one either. So a bit of trouble here, Klinger.
I reckon he's bowling the other one, the Doosra or the current ball or whatever you want to call it, because he's protecting that short boundary on the leg side, spinning away from it.
There's the off spinner, and that's been dispatched over mid-wicket. Not right out the middle of the bat, but a good result for Klinger and the Strikers.
Oh, I reckon whatever ball he was bowling, he was playing that shot then. Didn't matter what it was. I think that was the genuine off spinner. So he picked the right one, hit over mid-wicket. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's an offie. So he's played the right shot to the right ball.
Well, it makes it even harder is he's got quite a quick arm action, hasn't he? He's expecting that to be an off spinner as well, and it was the other one. None for 16. His son, Neil Narine, I should say. First over went for 9.
BJ's got to get the same haircut as Narine. In the first game, there was a poll, and they voted that he's got to get a haircut like Narine.
It ain't happening, I guarantee you.
Oh, that'd hurt him, wouldn't it? It'd suit him, though.
He's still got the Wasm Akram style, BJ.
Over mid-wicket. Was it hit well enough? It was. So another boundary for Klinger.
Yeah, good shot from Klinger. There's a big gap out there, mid-on, inside the circle. Not a lot of turn generally for O'Keefe.
No turn, he can afford to just play across the line a little bit. Still get the full face of the bat, just dragging up into that open space into mid-wicket.
Oh, that'll be more runs. This is going to get to the boundary as well. So a couple of good shots there from Klinger, prepared to go against the spin. And that was even a better shot. Got it on the half volley and just used a bit of bottom hand.
Yeah, good footwork just past Steve Smith there at mid-on. Good smart batting, just targeting that area, short area.
I'm a little bit surprised the Sixers aren't using their quicker bowlers with this hard new ball. We've seen it swing around.
I think O'Keefe was just trying to rush Klinger there a little bit. His head down. Quite a short run.
No! Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Moods. I think you've got to have one quick on with the new ball, because there is something there that will just nip around and swing around a bit. Two spinners maybe not quite right. Oh, that's a tight single. Surely he's out. Gee, did he throw the right end then? Into the over, number 26.
Will start for the Strikers in their run chase. That's where we are at in this game. 6 for 135. 6 is made. Steve Smith played well for his 58. Tate good again, 2 for 13. And the Strikers are being led by Klinger, 18 not out, and Ludeman's still there on 8. He's only faced 6 deliveries. Klinger's got the strike again. He's not picking him. Scramble a single. Klinger will be happy with that. Get off strike.
Well, the batsmen aren't picking him. I just wonder how Brad Haddon's going, because he wouldn't have seen a lot of him. He's seen a bit of him in this tournament, but hard work for the keeper when you've got a mystery spinner bowling.
Outside the line, so not out.
It was outside the line. I think it was the one that went the other way as well. So it would have been missing off. So you can see Brad Haddon just signalling to... Watch this. This is the leg spinner, isn't it? Yeah, that's missing by a long way. Picked that one all right, Brad Haddon. He struggled in the first game at the SCG, and so did the Scorchers batsman. I don't think they actually laid a bat on Narine. I think it was Marcus North. Not sure who he was batting with, but he was spinning the ball a long way too in Sydney.
And I think with a total like what they're chasing, there's no need to do anything stupid against really their ace bowler. He only goes for 15 off his 4, well, so be it.
There's the sweep, and he's nailed it. That's into the members.
Well, maybe not 15, maybe 18. What a great shot. Hit that right out of the middle of the bat. Played it with real intent, got down early. He was looking for it. It was the right line. It didn't matter which way it was spinning because it was going to go up into the members.
Yeah, it's his go-to shot, Ludeman. He hits that shot really well and times it sweetly. Here we go again here.
A little paddle. And just short. Oh, and a misfield, a bad misfield. And they just pick up one more. Enriquez it was, just ran almost straight past it. Number 34.
Unusual mistake from Enriquez. It's just not happening for the Sixers here. That's good smart batting from Ludeman. He loves that sweep shot. So it takes out the risk of not being able to pick the delivery, which way it's going. You see that on real spinning wickets and bowls with deceptive actions. The sweep shot's a comfortable shot. So after 5 overs, the striker's well on top. They're going at 7 and over. They only need to go at 6.75, so that's no problem. So changing the bowling, we've seen spin, now we're going to see some pace. And Spratly coming on from the city and changing ends.
Yep, Brett Lee. First over went for 4.
It's good running. They've got to get on these ones, the Sixers. They're just hitting too many singles inside the circle.
Yeah, in the first 6 overs, you only allowed 2 out in the outfield. To be able to just block the ball in on the offside like that and run so comfortably is... it's unacceptable, really. You need to be in. You want the batsman in the first 6 overs trying to hit the ball past you. You shouldn't be able to take a run in front of you.
A slower ball, and they're going to get a single here. Yeah, it's good stuff from Klinger.
Yeah, you can't stop that one. That's a single any day of the week. It's just the ones that are going straight to the fieldsman and they're running.
Good change of pace there. Brett Lee, the one that he holds back into his hand, seam still remains up. The batsman's always going to win that race in a quick single. They just seem a bit flat, don't they, the Sydney Sixers? They don't seem to have the energy out there. Obviously their confidence has been sapped and desperately need a win.
Good short one. Is it too high? No, legal delivery. That was a reasonable pace, 142. He's always had a good bounce of Brett Lee.
Yeah, he's a bit skinny, Brett Lee, isn't he? Even though he's fairly tall, his action, he sort of crouches a bit. It's the seam. Skids off quickly. That's good. That's quick. Right through him.
Yeah, I reckon he's always bowled at the right height. You know, right, almost hitting the batsman on the badge of the helmet. That's where you want to bowl most of them. And the slower bounce. It's well played, actually. Not easy that for a batsman, just to slow yourself down. I mean, your natural instinct when you see the ball short is you think it's going to be quick. So I reckon Klinger adjusted really nicely there.
He watched it well, didn't he? He's still got great action, Brett Lee, isn't he? Good athlete. Even at in the twilight years, he's still a good bowler to watch.
Yeah, he's a good man to have in your side. Brett Lee gives it everything. Well, that's run away. Fine work to do for third man. That's pretty well. Mendes it is. Sri Lankan.
With the pace too, they're quick across the ground, aren't they, the Sri Lankans? The whippy runners.
Junarada Tunga wasn't that nippy over the turf, Junior. But you're right, a lot of them are very quick.
Generally speaking.
His runners were a little bit quicker. He used to call for the runner a fair bit. Juna.
He didn't have to run. That's right. I remember him one day here actually called for a runner. Or it might have been Sydney after he was about 15 not out. End of the over, end of the power play, number 42.
Well, it's been the ideal start for the Strikers in their run chase. 136 runs to win this game, and they haven't lost a wicket. And they're right up with the run rate. Have had problems, both the batters picking Narine. Get that right before the end of the night. And
just think of wine.
Okay. But yeah, they're there. So Ludeman hit a nice 6 off Narine. So Klinger on 25 off 24 has had most of the strike. Ludeman 17 off just 12. So fairly consistent split there for the Strikers in their power play. All just over 40 runs or thereabouts. The big policeman in the attack, Feldman. Oh, fully on leg stump.
He's had pretty good Big Bash Feldman. He's a hit-the-deck type bowler. Not what you'd categorise as fast, but he's lively and pace, but he hits the deck hard. A good economy rate.
Leading edge, but falls short of third man.
Josh Slater at third man. We haven't seen him bowl yet. Bowls his left arm swingers, so he'd probably come into the attack pretty shortly.
Let's have a look at your shout question. Which bowler do the Sixers miss the most? Stark, Cummins or Hazelwood? Way out in front. Mitchell Stark.
Well, they can't have Pat Cummins because he's signed with the Scorchers. They might miss him, but he's not on their list.
It was last year, but all those bowlers are tremendous, talented youngsters. But I think Mitchell Stark, he's a real miss for the Sixers this year. And he's a real wicket taker with a new ball.
Well, they're all wicket takers, all three of them, aren't they? Really are. They're special talents, and it's an exciting time in Australian cricket to have bowlers of that calibre at such a young age.
Oh, another full toss. It's high on the bat. It's in the gap. One bounce four. Is it a no ball? Checking.
So is it a no ball? Let's just have a look. I think it is a no ball. Just confirm that. No, maybe not. It'll be right on the belt button, wasn't it? Belt button? Yeah, that isn't. Belt buckle, maybe?
Yeah, let's go with buckle. Oh, that's a good hit. There's another 6 to Ludeman, and that brings the 50 up for the Strikers.
Well, that length has been collected by Ludeman. What a great shot. This is his strength. Likes to pick the ball up and hit it through that leg side. It's sweep slog off the quick, really. We saw him do it against the spin of Narine. Yeah, he's backing it up against the pace. 86 metres, so it's a good hit.
This is a poor crowd catch. He knocked it onto the people behind him. Look at that. Look out. You want a good bloke in front of you. Catch the ball in the crowd. 14 off the over, number 56.
So after 7 overs, no wicket for 56. A good start by the Strikers, chasing down this very modest Strikers Sixers score. 135 they ended up with. Big crowd have come in to follow the favoured side. They play well, the Strikers here at the Adelaide Oval. Read the conditions well. They're playing with confidence, unlike their opponent tonight. Sydney Sixers playing with a great deal of confidence. A good partnership of 56 off just the 42 deliveries. So Brett Lee into his third over. And that could be called wide.
Oh, gee, I thought that was a wide, both on the line and the height. He's got away with it. That's 2 wides in 1 ball.
Well, probably the ump's thinking that's a free hit. You should have slashed that over third man for 6. Help yourself. Here it is. That's It's not too bad.
I think the line was pretty wide. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Push on.
Another quick delivery, just beating the outside edge. Ludeman looking to cut that away. It's done for pace.
He's going to keep bowling like that. It might be worth sort of sticking it about a 4 slip in. In fact, that's what's happening. Brett Hadd's taking out mid-wicket. And we should come into about third. Cover a bit of turf there, Dan Smith. He's got good hands. Yeah, it's not a bad option.
Well, they need wickets, don't they? Simple as that. So they might as well get a couple of catches in there to try to get into this top order.
It's good effort from Brett Lee. He's charging in here. Keen the ball to bounce. He's doing his best to try and get a couple of early ones. Well, not that early. It's 7.3 overs now. They're running out of time, the Sixers.
Brett Lee and Sunil Narayan are the real go-to wicket-taking bowlers in this Sixers attack. He knows the responsibility that needs to try to take a wicket. Be one to leg side.
Yeah, so Brett Lee's into his third over. This is what he's done to the right hand. It's 74% short, so he's banging into the pitch. No easy drives or half volleys. He's making the batsman work. And he's gone past the bat a few times. He's bowling well.
He's clearly confident that both these Klinger and Ludeman aren't going to take him on with a hook and pull shot, hence the length. An attempted pull, but a very clever slow ball bouncer. That's such an effective ball. And it's been called a no ball. So that's because it's the second for the over. 2 bounces for the over. He would have got a warning with that one we were discussing that could have been called wide. And that was the second the over. So umpire signalling no ball. It's 2 bounces.
2 bounces above shoulder height. So that's a no ball.
So a free hit on offer for Klinger. He's hit it well. He's hit it really well. Way back over extra cover. It goes all the way for 6.
Yeah, good result for Klinger. Hit it high and pretty long. So it's not a big boundary. You've got enough wood on it. Decent shot in Brett Lee over mid-off and cover.
When you see this, you just wonder why they don't do this every time. You know, they swing themselves off their feet whenever they get the free hit. They might as well do it every ball. What do you reckon the coach would say? No! So dot ball to finish. 8 gone. It's none for 64. So a happy strikers camp on their way to another victory. Number 64 after 8, so they're well on target. Wickets in hand. Needing 72 off 72 balls.
See Chuck Berry, the captain, the coach here, giving instructions to someone. Pretty astute coach, Darren Berry.
Yeah, I think he's pretty thorough, you know, from what I understand.
Nearly as good as you, Moods.
Thanks, Junior. Appreciate that. But I believe he's very thorough in the way he prepares. Relatively intense. We've seen him pull some pretty unusual faces and stamp around behind the dressing rooms at times.
Do you always have the pen and paper out when you're coaching?
Oh, I'm not big on the colouring in, to be honest with you.
More of an old-fashioned coach, eh?
Oh,
no. Brain, more
look,
upstairs.
I have a notepad because there's certain things you want to note down. Layla into the attack. Yeah, there's certain things you need to note down. You know, so it's nice to have it. It's also a nervous thing too, you know, because there's nothing you can do as a coach once the game's started, apart from, you know, just record a few notes and a few points you may want to sort of refer to later on.
So you're coaching the Hyderabad What are they called in the IPL coming up?
The Sunrisers.
The Hyderabad Sunrisers.
That's it. They used to be called the Deccan Chargers, but they're now called the Sunrisers. Oh, that's a beautiful shot through extra cover. You're going to get one for it, but just lent on that. Beautiful timing there from Klinger.
So, not sunrise, sunrises. Okay. So what's your symbol? Obviously big sun on your tracksuit.
Yeah, there's a bit of a. Well, we haven't got the tracksuits yet. It's just started. There's a sun with a big eagle. The eagle tends to soar very close to the sun.
Should get Katut on board. Beautiful sunrise. Moods, what do you think? Get him over there.
Okay, we're here at the Adelaide Oval. Layla's coming in for his first over.
By the way, do you need a fielding coach or a batting coach over there?
Oh, look, Junior, you'd have to join the queue. The inbox in my emails is there's about 186 emails there with a lot of people offering their services.
There you go. 3 of us would do a good job over there. You've taken all the money, that's the only problem. Layla, that's the ramp. Sorry, Mitch. The ramp shot. It's a good shot. Tim Ludeman, he loves that shot.
Yeah, we talked about it being a brave shot. Layla's only very medium pace and looking to bowl a pretty predictable length. He's not going to bang it in short at his pace for the short square boundary, so it's pretty safe to feel that he's got to bowl it full. It's very good execution there by Tim Ludeman.
Well, Junior, you were talking about probably a good way to score off Sean Tate playing old ramp shot. We were sort of a little bit concerned. But I remember last year when Cameron Borges was playing for the Strikers and Sean Tate was bowling for the Renegades, and Borges actually hit Sean Tate like that. I think it was one bounce just before the rope. So some people are crazy enough.
If I was playing that ramp shot, I'd have to wear the the ice hockey goalies, what they wear, all the padding. Then I'd have a go at it. End of the over, number 72.
All right, the forward box tracker and the Strikers wagon wheel so far. All, well, not all, but a lot on the onside, 72%.
I don't know about the ice hockey helmet. I'd rather go for the shark cage. When you see the guys that go down in the ocean and want to get close and personal with the sharks, the great whites, they're stuck in a cage. You want like a solid iron cage like that.
I actually did that in South Africa, Moose. It was brilliant. Brilliant fun. Well, not fun, but it was very interesting.
Were you nervous?
No, I wasn't, actually.
They wouldn't go for you, Bluey. They'd like a bit more meat on the legs. They'd go for a bigger person.
Yeah, not a lot of meat there. Stephen Smith into the attack. Don't see a lot of him bowl, which is surprising because he's a good all-round cricketer. His bowling's very much gone on the back burner since he was thrown into the fire, so to speak, in the early parts of his career as a spin bowler. Hence, this is his first over in the Big Bash this year. I'd like to see him bowl a lot more because I think he's got a lot to offer, not only with a bat and in the field.
So you'll be signing up for the Hyderabad Sunrise Eagles then?
You don't need the Eagle bit in there, just the Sunrisers. No, I believe he's with Pune. Pune Warriors is Stephen Smith. I wouldn't mind him at the Sunrisers because I think he's a really good cricketer. He had a good season with Pune Warriors last year. Batted well tonight. Ludeman loves getting down and lapping it around the corner and putting Layla under pressure. They'll get it comfortable too, and it's a poor return It was directed at Brad Haddon, but it went about 20 yards over his head.
Hard to bowl spin to a guy who gets down early and sweeps, isn't it? It sort of puts you off as a bowler. You're trying to sort of spear it in full, hoping that he might miss it, but it's difficult to bowl a guy like this.
Yeah, it throws the spinner's length, doesn't it? Because they take a stride forward and then they've got the length of their arms and their bat to be able to paddle from to execute that sweep. So people that do it well, like Tim Ludeman's done it well tonight, creates a lot of issues or asks a lot of questions of the spin bowler.
End of the over, number 77.
There's a good shot of what's going on here at the Adelaide Oval. So the cranes and big redevelopment here. There's the members stand that was completed about 2 years ago. And just about the whole ground is going to be fairly similar to that. AFL football back at the Adelaide Oval.
Which stand are they naming after you, Bluey?
I'd be lucky if I got a toilet or something, I think.
So Layla is going to bowl his second. There was a half a chance for a run out if it was picked up cleanly at backward point. So they got through comfortably in the end. No, you do better in the toilet, mate. You might get maybe a room or a corporate box or something, surely.
Bar.
Yeah, cheeky little bar would be good.
TAB. Big bullet tab.
That's you, Junior. You got
I've got
tab.
nothing at the SCG. Nothing.
Edged away, and that's going to beat third man. So a lucky 4 for Ludeman.
128 tests. Got nothing.
You're hurting, aren't you? You're serious, aren't you?
Well, they're redoing the SCG as well, so hang in there. Might rename the stands.
What about one of those little the Walk of Honour out the back? That'd be all right. One of those little
statues.
Statues, yeah. Not a big statue, no, just one of the
pavement.
Yeah.
Recognition in the pavement.
Yeah.
Well, then people tread on you all the time.
No, it's not the pavement. You've seen them. You walk past them. They're like little bollards. And they, for the want of a better word. Is that what Steve's got a statue?
There's a war.
Get a good suntan.
Those skinny arms. Yeah, well, you never know.
Those things in the background there.
Okay, I've got you. They're not bollards. Oh. Cut away. Hit very, very firmly through point. So Ludeman gets another boundary.
Yeah, he's providing a nice little angle here for Tim Ludeman, who goes on to 49 off only 29 deliveries. So, again, making the most of his opportunities up the top of the order and just uses the pace of the ball. I don't think it's too far away from Stephen Smith. He's a good fielder. If anyone's going to catch it, it's probably going to be him.
What a wonderful shot of just the balance of him in the field there. Steve Smith would have to be, you think, best fielder in Australia at the moment?
He's up there. Yeah, well, I suppose he doesn't field in the slip, so... But I think probably Michael Clark, actually.
I was going to go Michael Clark, too.
Yeah, well, Clark's an exceptional catcher, a good throw at the stumps. He's just ground fielder. You know, backward point. Smith probably the best, I reckon. High and mighty. Is it enough? Just short. One bounce 4 over mid-off. So Ludeman going to 50 with that 4. Very, very good innings so far. Reaching his half century with 6 4s and 2 6s. 11 gone. It's no wicket for 92. So Sunil Narayan is going to be thrown into the attack. Can he do something out of the ordinary? Ludeman reached his 50 with a beautiful shot over mid-off. Great strike rate. Anything over 150 is pretty special. 171 so far tonight. The wicketkeeper batsman's doing a great job for the strikers.
He's done it easy, really. 53 from 31. He's made it look like a different game than when the Sixers were batting. Narayan back into the attack with a slip in place.
It's nearly going to be too late for Narayan to spin his magic. He's bowled 2 overs and didn't have any success in those first 2 overs. The blue worm is climbing well above the sixes. 4 to wide, and rightly so. Push through, but push wide.
That's a strange delivery from Narayan. Just wonder whether he thought... I probably saw him moving across to the offside, so he just wanted to go a little bit wider, but just went too wide.
Well, he's seen Ludeman sweep him on a few occasions with the lap shot and also the sweep slog, which he hit for 6. So he's probably just trying to keep it away from a straight line because he knows he'll probably take him on again.
It shows you how valuable a good sweeper is against a good spinner, because it's putting Narayan off. He can't quite work out what length the line to bowl to him. Fastest 50s of the season. Ludeman at number 4 there. It's a good innings.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams around the Big Bash League will be watching the way Ludeman's played Narayan tonight and may adopt the same tactics. Or if they're not comfortable sweepers, they may put certain players in certain roles when he's bowling to go out there and sweep him to try to score off him.
Well, a lot of finger spinners, if they are bowling to a guy who sweeps you a lot, often they'll throw that sort of faster, quicker one in there, try and target stumps. I think that's what worries the batsman who sort of premeditates the sweep shot. You see both do that a lot. Haven't really seen it from Narayan yet. Full of quicker one.
Four from it. It's no wicket for 96 after 12.
Well, it's been a very good display so far from the strikers. It's just about the complete game so far. I thought with the ball they were very, very good to restrict the sixes to 6 for 135, and the run chase has been spot on. Klinger's just playing the support role, a runner ball, and Ludeman's doing all the damage. 54 from 34, and no one really that effective there for the sixes. Nothing in the wickets column, so they would have spoken about trying to get early wickets. They weren't able to do so.
Beautifully struck by Klinger out to deep cover. He does like to give himself room and open up that offside.
Well, I think it shows you how good the pitch is, actually. You know, it's a very good batting track. I know the sixers sort of commented that it might have been a fraction slow, but it's looked pretty good all day. Full toss. Just a single.
Yeah, I think it was more about the bowling. I think the strikers' bowling was excellent. You know, their execution was good. They changed their pace well. Their spinners bowled well. They got the ball right up in the block hole when they were bowling defensively. And a good all-round performance.
Oh, that's gone for 6. Short. Punished. So Tim Ludeman, he continues on his way here. He's 60 from 35. He's just putting everything away.
Yeah, poor delivery, just dragged down by Smith, just sitting up and saying, hit me. Short boundary there, 65 metres at best. Comfortably goes into a crowd. This could be another one. He hasn't quite got it, and it could well land right into Moses Unrique's hands and then straight onto the turf.
Oh, what about Stephen Smith? The teapot, both hands on hips. And why wouldn't he? Must admit, I was watching Enriquez just come in there, and he didn't look like he had it covered. I don't know whether he quite picked it up early enough, but certainly didn't judge it. Just didn't look balanced underneath that ball.
He was a sitter, but he never had it lined up, did he? I don't know whether you're expecting someone else to catch it. Another full toss. He's had a poor night in the field, Enriquez. He's missed a couple, now he's dropped the catch into the over. 106. One to go, actually. Here we go. He just never... He sort of misjudged his run in, didn't he? He sort of took a funny step at the end and the ball hit his hands hard. He should swallow that.
Well, the single ends the over. 11 from it. It's no wicket for 107.
So 29 needed off 42. Strikers are heading towards an easy win. The Sixers have just been off their game today and tonight. Their batting was only modest at best, and their fielding and bowling hasn't been up to scratch so far. They're just not in the contest. Klinger a look for 2. And you have to hurry, Ludeman. He does. Yeah, just haven't been in the game today. Sixers, they needed to win too. Not that it's over yet, but the way it's going, it's going to be a pretty soft victory for the Strikers. Oh, that's a good one. That's too good.
Well, when they signed Narayan, I thought, just wondered whether this sort of bowling is actually going to grip on our pitches, but the games that I've seen, he's just able to do enough.
He's been a fraction short tonight.
Well, he's going to get plenty of chances, Narayan, because he's obviously here with the Big Bash, but he's also going to be here with the West Indies with 5 one-days. So he's got to have plenty of practice on these wickets.
They're too short again. Oh, no doubt he's a class bowler. Got great variation, and he's so hard to pick, as we've seen. These two haven't had much trouble. 111 off 83. Very professional partnership. Probably a fairly unlikely unlikely sort of partnership, aren't they, Klinger and Ludeman? You wouldn't say, gee, they're going to be a great T20 partnership, but they've been exactly the opposite. They've played well.
Well, I know Darren Berry, the coach, wasn't really sure what to do once Phil Hughes was selected, and they tried James Smith in one game. He only played the one, missed out. And then Ludeman went straight up there, but he's done well. None for 112.
There's Darren Berry, the coach. He's got the pen and paper out again. The skipper there next to him.
Yeah, we've spoken a little bit about Darren Berry and his style of coaching. I know he does sort of think outside the square, and you're right, Nugent, I think really does his homework and very thorough about the homework done on the opposition and the style that either the Redbacks or the Strikers want to play. He's quite an intense character as well, Darren Berry. So around the rooms, I think if the side's not going too well, I don't reckon he'd be great company at times, but I think that's just because he's really passionate about what he does.
Geez, he's a pest to play against too, isn't he? D. Berry.
Oh, never shut up, did he?
He's good to play against, though. Like he'd say a bit, but he could cop a bit too.
Oh, we used to give it to him. All guns blazing. I reckon it affected his batting because he was a reasonable batter, but I think every time he came out, the opposition side just used to give it to him.
Yeah, we didn't miss him. In the West, he's been a very good cricketer. Good gloveman, good hands.
Brilliant gloveman, I reckon.
Oh, inside edge, so nothing's going right for the Sixers. And that'll go for 4, and it's back-to-back 50s for Michael Klinger.
Yeah, it was a slow ball from Brett Lee, and even that went before. It was a thick inside edge that went past the keeper. So he's just done his job tonight. Klinger, he's an experienced player, and that's what you need. Just a cool head at times, and I think he's played his role well tonight.
Yeah, it's a good point, Bluey. I think that's one of the advantages of this pair is the maturity of Klinger. You know, he's been around a long time, reads the game well, and allows the likes of Ludeman just to go out there and express themselves.
He's a very consistent player, isn't he? Klinger, he's probably a little bit underrated, I think, but he does the job more often than not in all forms of the game.
Yeah, I think he's been a great recruit here for South Australia. Comes from Victoria, and felt for him actually. He was skipper here for about 3 years, and then and he was reasonable successful too. Won a 2020 competition with the Redbacks and then the Ryobi last year. And then at the end of the season, they said, no, we're going in a completely different direction with our captaincy. And they appointed Botha captain in all forms. So I don't think would have pleased him overly, Michael Klinger, but I think he's taken it the right way, and you can tell by his performances, it just seems to me just to be a very good team man.
It's probably more to do with the lack of Sheffield Shield success, was it, that he may have lost the captaincy in the last couple of years for the Redbacks. There's Johan Botha, the South African. Well, it's in the air. It might be out. Menace is coming around. No. One bounce. So everything going the way of the strikers at the moment.
We've seen him play this shot quite a bit. That left leg comes down and then the back leg just swivels around trying to get it over mid-wicket. Hit a very good six the other night against the Thunder.
He's a good striker, clean striker. Nice flow of the bat. And that's whipped away too, so 4 more. 13 off the over, run for 125. So they're marching towards a 10-wicket win here, the Strikers. They need 11 off 5 overs.
Well, this is the last game of Big Bash before Christmas, and then after that there's a game on Boxing Day. But then this game on the 27th, the Strikers taking on the Stars on the 27th here at the Adelaide Oval, Fox Sports 2. So that'll be a great game, I reckon. The Strikers, until tonight, have sort of just snuck under the radar a little bit.
Not anymore. We've been wrapping them all night, so they're on the radar now. You part of the, you know, an ambassador or on the board?
I'm an ambassador, yep. Get a couple of free tickets here and there, Gene.
Hey, Keith, back in the attack. Yeah, what's that entail, ambassador? Just a name?
Just to promote, help promote the team. The odd photo here and there, June, and just try and stick up for him a little bit in the commentary box. Oh, and he's gone. Stephen O'Keefe gets the wicket. Klinger dancing down the track, and there was a little bit of turn there, and he ran straight past it.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be a 10-wicket win, but they've done a great job here. Ludeman and Klinger. Klinger's the first to go. Good bit of bowling by O'Keefe. Actually just spun a bit. Ambitious stroke. And Brad Haddon does the rest. But a decent innings by Klinger in these circumstances. He's got his team within sight of victory.
Michael, congratulations on a brilliant half-century and a great opening partnership. It really worked nicely out there.
Yeah, thank you. Leading myself so far, we're going all right, so I hope we can keep it going throughout the tournament. But credit to Tim Ludeman, the coach has showed confidence in him this year, and he's come out and he's absolutely nailing it. So great work by Ludi. He is new to the top of the order, and the running between wickets was really positive. Yeah, we got a pretty good understand. We batted a little bit in the past before, so yeah, he's really starring at the moment, so great work. Good job. Thank you.
Yeah, good job indeed, Michael Klinger. And that brings Matt Johnson to the crease. Been elevated up the order. Oh, edge first up. Go for a couple. Dan Smith chasing it.
See how his throwing arm is, Dan Smith. Normally behind the stumps, not familiar doing the chasing to the long boundary. Just an outside edge. Didn't carry. It slipped, but enough for Johnston to get off the mark.
Yeah, I think the Strikers are just giving Johnston a bit of a go, really, I suppose. Just a bit of a taste for it with the bat. Oh, not sure that there's any bat on that. This is going to test the fielder. Brett Lee's not going to get it. So they're nearly there, the Strikers.
Yeah, 4 wides. Showed good pace there, Brett Lee. Still trying his hardest, good attitude. They've just been outgunned tonight, the Sixers. Coming off the back of 2 losses, and tonight they've just lacked confidence with the bat. And now with the ball, they've been hard-pressed to take a wicket. 3 to win. Whoa!
Yeah, it's going to be a convincing win. It's not only going to give them winning points, but it's going to certainly help their quotient, which may well be important come finals time.
That'd be a wide 2, yeah. So just the 2 needed. Yeah, they'll need a real rethink here, the Sydney Sixers, because they're clearly short of form and confidence. Oh, will that be another wide? It is. It's at 3 in a row. So 1 to win. So not another wide, surely. Showing that the ball's sliding on the arm. That one's okay. But there it is. So the Strikers win their 3rd game, and they're on a roll. They go to 2nd spot on the table with a very, very good win here in Adelaide. The Sixers were disappointing, but the Strikers win by 9 wickets.
Yeah, and a convincing win too. They were polished in the field. They bowled exceptionally well. They played the 3 spinners, and that paid off for them. Brad Young brought into the side, bowled well. The new ball, Tate was good. He bowled with good pace. They were efficient in the field. Couple of run-outs as well. The captain hit the stumps twice and got 2 run-outs. For the Sydney Sixers, though, they're a team that's clearly short of confidence. And they've got some thinking to do, because they're not really operating well as a unit with bat or ball. So good crowds turned up to see the home team take the points, do it convincingly. They'll be a very happy side, the Strikers, going into the short Christmas break. So only the 1 wicket falling, but a terrific opening partnership between Klinger and Ludeman. Both complement each other. Klinger more the conventional style, where Ludeman was prepared to take them on. He did do that very well with a very healthy strike rate of 165. Brett Lee was threatening, but proved to be a little bit expensive right towards the end when the game was slipped away. And the Rhine tricked a few, but they played him well. They swept him well, so no real success there on the bowling card. Let's go down to Sarah Jones.
Johan Botha, the Adelaide skipper, joins me. You must be incredibly pleased with the boys' effort. And what about that opening partnership?
Yeah, great partnership. I think, the bowler set it up for us today. I think 135 on this wicket is, well below par. And the boys came out and bowled really well. And that gave our batters the freedom to just go out and play.
What was the game plan when you sent the batsmen out there?
It's just to play a normal game, to be at our normal targets, 100 around the 13th over, which he was, and the boys just finished off nicely at the end.
It's the 3rd win now for the tournament. You're certainly building momentum. How far can you go?
Yeah, that's the key in 2020. If you've got some momentum, you've got to try and keep it. We've got a big game here against the Melbourne Stars on the 27th, so we'd like to, keep it going then. And once, hopefully, we can get to the semis, we know anything's possible against any team.
Okay, well done tonight and enjoy your Christmas break.
Same, thank you.
Brad, unfortunately, again, not your night. What needs to be done to turn this, I suppose, runabouts around?
I think it's just an attitude thing. You've got to make sure when you come to play, you're ready to play. And I think we're probably guilty of that at the moment, but our minds aren't ready to play come game day, which is very disappointing.
Is confidence becoming an issue?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. When you lose 3 in a row, confidence does become a big issue. But you've also got to turn up to play. No matter what happens to games before, you've got to present yourself in the right way and turn up to play the right way.
When can we expect Maddinson back?
I hope soon. Hopefully next game, but time will tell.
And next game, it's a really, really brief Christmas break. You're back on Boxing Day.
Yeah, maybe the break might help us and get our attitudes right for our next appearance. So fingers crossed.
Okay, enjoy your break.
Thank you.
The Adelaide Strikers getting the job done here at Adelaide Oval tonight. A big win. Join us after the break. The boys will wrap up all the action and we'll tell you who the man of the match is.